Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Nerd³ Podcats! That would have been more dramatic for other people who kind of joined in and do more wooing and so forth. I was kind of expecting a bit more wooing.
I'm injured.
Bring in the woo.
Dan's
Bring
injured.
the woo.
He's got a boo-boo on his tongue.
I'm injured tonguewardly.
He's got a...
He's been having some nefarious activities.
Well, what?
Yeah.
He's been doing
God,
something.
also, yeah, I was on a different podcast and I didn't use protection, and now it's all gone to pot.
Cheating on us.
Right.
Cheating on us with those
Yeah.
co-optional bastards.
Co-optional bastards. Exactly.
That's the way you
that.
call our podcast. Which is the co-optional bastards.
Okay, frankly, I think we're better than both Jesse Cox and Dodger combined.
Really? At what?
Exactly, Dan. You don't even need to question it. Don't question it,
We
please.
got 2 hours of this shit. Seriously, like the entire left-hand side of my tongue is completely numb.
Oh, look, mate.
I've got a beautiful lisp just on some
Lisp?
word.
And you got a bit of a lift.
Yeah, your fucking face.
Luckily, we can discuss all the exciting goings-on of EGX. Oh no, wait, we can't because Matt didn't bother to go.
You know why I didn't bother to go? Because I don't want to go to Birmingham and get killed.
I went. It was
You
really good
literally
this year.
can arrive at a train, like walk from the train station to the NEC, attend the show, and
No,
then
but,
leave
no.
Birmingham without ever
Well,
going into
no.
Birmingham.
No. For me to get to the NEC, I have to go through Birmingham.
Oh, like Birmingham New.
Yeah.
Birmingham New, I don't remember there being many stabbings actually in Birmingham New itself.
No, but I kind of feel like there's going to be stabbings nearby.
In all of like
It
the
just sort of ruins whole
stabbingest
experience.
place of the Midlands, Central Birmingham is not the stabbiest place. There are stabbingier. Loughborough is way stabbier.
Yeah, but that's because they've got the thingy in Loughborough, didn't they?
The thing, there's many things in Loughborough. You're referring to the Bell Factory, the shoe
No.
factory, the statue
what's
of the
that?
guy wearing a sock.
Why do you know so much about Loughborough?
Huh? I'm from the
Why
Midlands.
do you know so much about there?
The Midlands is like the non-committal north, for those of you who aren't in England. It's like England is divided into the north and the south, and there's people who are in the middle who technically
Look.
are in the north, because the north is anything above London. Anything, basically, if you're above sort of like Oxford Street, then you're in the north. That's how
There
we
was a
define
Map
what
Men
the
episode on
north
this.
is. Yeah, they
Map men.
Map Men. I really like Map Men.
Yeah.
You should watch it. It's
Map Men.
on a YouTube channel called Jay Foreman, because it stars a guy
Yes.
called Jay
Good
Foreman.
old Jay Foreman, who I'll be getting on a podcast soon.
Ah, fuck you getting cool people. I don't get cool people on here, do you? You just got put up with John and what, and he didn't even turn up.
It's great. Actually, I've got a podcast planned soon as well. It's going to have Freddie Wong on.
Oh, dude,
La-di-da.
No,
Yeah.
don't even invite me.
Exactly, because, you're you.
Yeah, I wouldn't invite me either. I'd just ruin it.
Well, it's not you just ruin it. It would just, by definition, be ruined.
What?
What?
Sorry, I can't feel my tongue, but I think my ears aren't working either, because... Yeah.
Oh, your ears never
Very-
work. That explains a lot.
Right, let's just admit something to the ladies and gentlemen before we get started on this this episode today. There's been no gaming news.
Well, that's fair, man.
There's been a small amount of gaming news. It's been
Yeah.
a really surreal week. It's actually been like a week where there's been a couple of gaming stories that you feel ought to belong on like a gaming parody site, like on your gaming parody Twitter. Sorry, I've forgotten the name.
Oh my god, I forgot I even owned that thing.
Plug it
Shit.
quickly, if you can remember what it's called.
RTS News, that's at Real Time Scoop.
Excellent. But there's,
I made a
there's,
Twitter
there's
feed.
genuinely been like
Shit,
a
I
couple of
forgot
stories
about
this week that feel like they ought to be like
Shit.
parody stories, but actually aren't.
Dan, how long did that take to come up with, that name?
What, RTS?
Yeah.
Oh, I just went through all the gaming abbreviations to see if I could come up with something, so it was about 2 minutes.
You're a twat, aren't you?
Sorry.
I mean, it's...
Hey, No Man's Sky was under investigation for false advertising. I'm going to come up with a joke for that and then tweet it.
You don't need a
Midway
joke for
through
that.
the
That
stream.
already sounds like a joke. If you just tweeted ASA to investigate No Man's Sky false advertising, it sounds like it's already a joke. But it's not. It's a real thing that's happening.
It's definitely happening.
And not finish,
And-
you've kind of got to say there is kind of a point to it, because they are still genuinely using, pictures on the Steam page which are not representative of the currently available game. There's pre-release footage that is absolutely not what the game looks like. It's graphically superior to the game, even running on high-end PCs with all settings maxed. and that shouldn't be allowed. That strikes me as eminently perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, but the problem is the Advertising Standards Authority, which is who the ASA are, they have no power. They're going to basically go, oh, you. That's pretty much it. That's all they can do.
They can do a small amount of really... Well, they can do some stuff. They can, like, tell Google to stop helping.
Yeah, Google, stop listing Steam.
Well, stop listing No Man's Sky if you're buying paid ads, but no one really buys paid ads for gaming, so okay, fine, ASA can't do anything.
I'd like to point out, though, right, the way the ASA investigates stuff is, just because they're investigating it doesn't mean that they think it's serious. Like, if they get a lot of complaints about something, they will just by default investigate it.
It's like one of those parliamentary petitions where occasionally we just get our UK Parliament to debate which is your favourite flavour of pie, just by making sure it gets enough signatures that they have to discuss it.
Yep.
Side note, actually, Okay, you know Syndicate?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Tom Syndicate, the twat.
Yes.
Okay, and T. Martin.
I thought you were talking about the old game. Okay.
No, the twat.
What way are you going with
right.
this?
Remember, he's the guy who the CS:GO Lotto thing. Right.
Yes.
And I mean, nobody's.
I wrote my tweet, guys. It's down the count with a joke.
You and jokes.
It's a good joke. Here we go. This is the joke. Advertising Standards Authority to investigate No Man's Sky for false advertising. Turns out it only has 16 quintillion planets. Boom. Joke.
There you go.
Yeah. Done. Sorted. And tweeted.
Right. Right, Dan.
That's literally what I do with my life.
Proud of you.
In other news that shouldn't be news but is news, Titanfall 2 has a new 1v1 mode, Colosseum mode. To enter it, you need to get tickets. Tickets can be earned through multiplayer. You can also get them through buying Mountain Dew or Doritos.
I'm sorry?
Wow.
This is like the old joke about Mountain Dew and Doritos. Apparently, the
I'm aware
Titanfall 2
of the
does.
old joke, John. I mean, it's more. It sounds ridiculous, really.
Yeah, it is basically just... It sounds like someone making a really crappy old joke about how gamers just like eating Mountain Dew, probably drinking it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never had these things. They're mainly in America.
Mountain Dew, right, is a drink.
You've never had Doritos?
I think I've had Doritos like at a party once.
What have you never? They're just the easiest.
I have a constant drip of Doritos in my arm at all times.
I prefer normal crisps, proper British crisps, Walker's crisps.
No, but you know what you eat with dip. They go with dip. Like you eat.
Oh, I've never been fond of dip or hummus.
What the fuck? Why hummus specifically?
Huh?
It's
a prominent sort of dip.
Well, no, yeah, but I mean, you're supposed to have them with like guacamole and salsa and sour cream, like like a proper Tex.
Yeah, but mainly they just sell hummus at Marks and Spencer's, so
that's the only place you visit, isn't it?
Marks and Spencer's hummus is so good, but I think it's best dipped in with raw pepper. A couple of nice raw pepper, red, yellow, green's a little bit too much for me. But dip that in, because if you cut it you cut it straight down the half, core it, and then you cut it into long strips because of the shape of the pepper. Good hook to get as much hummus as possible.
That's very specific, very very specific.
It's because it's genuinely a thing that I care deeply about.
Good hummus-related advice there.
Yeah.
You are the kind of person who would care about that.
Yeah.
Sad man.
But no, I like my salt and vinegar crisps. I don't like Doritos. If they did salt and vinegar Doritos somehow, I'd be fine with it.
Well, no, but this thing, you're not supposed to eat them as a thing.
Have you seen Doritos' two new flavors? As I've tried both of them, they are both amazing. They have ultimate cheeseburger flavor, which tastes like burger sauce.
Right.
It's pretty good. And they have salsa flavor, which seems weird because I tend to eat Doritos with salsa.
Does it just taste like salsa? Is it
like
pre-done
they're
salsa?
Really, really good tasting.
Because having those with it just saves getting salsa. Then you can just get.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking when you were saying before, Doritos are supposed to be eating salsa. Well, surely then they should be sold with salsa already mixed in. Like there's a little packet at the top of the thing, and you rip it open, then you close the bag and you shake it, and then you've got yourself pre-salsaed thing.
No, because you see,
surely they should be sold together, not separately.
No, salsa's quite annoying because salsa is delicious, but at the same time, getting chunky salsa is really annoying as a dip because it's not a good dip; it's just chunks. But if it tastes like salsa, that means you don't have to bother with the faff of having to dip into salsa.
Plus, if you're making nachos, you don't have to put salsa on during the cooking process, and then your Doritos in the middle don't get soggy if you leave them for a while.
And then you just have guacamole and sour cream on the side. Bish bash bosh.
Sorry, someone's asked why the RTS Twitter feed only follows one person, and that person is Peter Molyneux. That's because I think that's hilarious to do.
I didn't even, you've done that recently as well.
Yeah. Like, literally, it was like 2 a.m. I go up, I was like, oh my god, I have the funniest thing I can do right now. Just like, no one would ever see it.
Gaming news you can trust, Peter Molyneux. See, that's the joke, kids.
I've done 15 tweets in a couple of weeks on that thing, which is good.
No, I made a joke to it. I made it NASA report. It's basically the same thing, but with NASA news. Mm-hmm. And it got to a point where I couldn't come up with any funny NASA news because NASA's not that funny.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I did get, because I actually was looking for something like it. That's what I wanted. I wanted to find something like it. I was like, I really fancied look at that. There was a few, but they were like sort of like half abandoned, not long-lasting things. It's like, I'll just do it myself then.
That's fair enough, I suppose.
So there you go. Wow, 4,500 followers. That's pretty good.
You can't be too surprised that NASA aren't that funny, though, really. I mean, you'd hope they were being serious.
Yeah, you want, like, space-wide. That's what you want.
They spend a lot of money putting things, like, into a really specific bit of space.
Oh, actually, on the result... Oh, SpaceX. Can we talk about SpaceX?
No, SpaceX.
Exactly. You see, SpaceX is the problem. SpaceX, clearly, they're messing around and joking around too much, which is why they keep blowing shit up rather than just getting stuff into space like NASA does.
Did either of you sort of, like, watch or read about Elon Musk's, like, talk yesterday?
Yes, the one where
I've seen a summary. I didn't see it, but I saw someone write about it.
Where he was like, here's how we're going to Mars in 2024, whatever the fuck.
He was a bit light on detail, I've read.
No, he said in the next 10 years, and he said they've designed a rocket which is diameter of
12 meters.
12 meters at the base, but the capsule is 17-meter diameter.
Yeah, that's huge. That's like bigger than
It's bigger than Saturn V, yeah, and it'd be from the Saturn V pad.
So basically, he's just announced that he's invented a new type of rocket that he can't show us yet, but it's going to get people to Mars in 10 years.
No, but it sounds ridiculous.
Because this sounds like something Donald Trump would say.
No,
did he just launch a Kickstarter for it?
You know how you know how this rocket works, though, right? It launches.
Sign up to my Mars Patreon. Pay over £150 a month, and you get to go to Mars.
Oh my god, I would do that now.
The rocket launches up into low Earth orbit. Right?
Sorry, somebody in the Twitch chat just said, space sex is impossible, you can't get hard, in brackets, if you're a boy. Sorry, can we just... There are so many interesting things in that sentence. Right.
I'm actually interested in whether that's biologically true. Can you not have an erection in space? Surely you can. Why not?
It's something that NASA have took you. You can, but it's difficult. Is the thing.
Well, no, because obviously the way blood flows.
I would love to see the person who submitted the app, the kind of whatever it is they do, the little kind of planning application to the US government, saying we're going to need another $200 million this year. Why? We're doing a research project. We need to figure out where the astronauts can get hard in space. We're going to send them up there with some really disgusting
in brackets,
pornography.
If they're a boy.
Legitimately, it is quite a serious
Women
issue.
can get hard like that in space. It's just like,
it is quite a serious issue because for long-term space exploration, people would need to reproduce, and that's quite an important. Well,
can they just just have a little pit stop on like a nearby planet just to have some sex?
Oh yeah, because all planets are 1G. You fucking idiot.
Well, surely if they're like more. Okay, hang on. So in space where there's 0G, you can't get hard. On Earth, where it's 1G, you can get hard. So if you went to a planet with more than 1G, you'd be super hard.
If anything,
the sex would be better, logically. Because 0 equals can't happen, 1 equals can happen and is good, 2 and above equals amazing.
Well, 2 and above means all the blood's in your legs and you can't get up to your penis, though, isn't it? And there's no blood in your head and you're dying from fucking... oxygen deprivation.
Well, okay, fine. You might need some form of like sex swing so that your penis was the lowest part of your body. But if you could actually arrange it, then do I or do I not have myself a workable solution here? I bet Elon Musk has already designed the space sex swing.
I did say there was no gaming news, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologise.
Okay, just someone in the chat has just pointed out there is gravity in space. That's why we said G. That's why we said G's.
Yeah.
As in G-force.
But not enough G's.
The G stands for G's. Yeah. Oh my god, let's respell that. So anytime people are like, oh yeah, I pulled 4 G's, we're like, woo! It's very rare that you talk to someone who has recently pulled 4 G's, But for the times that comes up,
Me and the wife's 10th wedding anniversary this weekend. We're going to a planet with 4.5 Gs. Hey!
Jesus. Okay, but look, right, the way this spaceship works is it takes off, it puts the capsule into low orbit, the booster comes back down, lands on the pad, a fuel tank is put on top of it where the thing was, and it's the same time, then it launches again, rendezvous with this other ship, they dock together, the ship refuels using this other fuel thing, the fuel thing goes back and lands on the pad again, and then that other thing goes to Mars and lands on Mars.
At what point does it explode? Because SpaceX is so good at exploding
Probably
things.
at every step. Like at every step.
Let's be clear. Elon Musk has so far been the world's most successful arsonist. He has blown up a lot of really expensive shit. I don't think anyone in all of human history has done so much damage in terms of the dollar he's destroyed through fire.
In fairness to him, right?
Possibly Nero in ancient Rome might have him be, but Elon Musk is catching up fast.
No, to be fair...
I'd say the Americans to Japan, that was a pretty big fireball.
Look, to be fair to Elon Musk, right,
Two of them.
they are doing a lot of experimental spacecraft, and they're doing them really frequently. Like, NASA have blown up way more spaceships, they just do them over a smaller period, but SpaceX are just going... Prototype.
They've got the money. They're literally throwing money at it, and if it explodes, they fix the problem for the next one.
Yeah, because, his thing was unscheduled, rapid unscheduled, rapid unscheduled deassembly, I think was the word Elon Musk used.
Didn't he take that from Kerbal, though? Like, that's actually what it's used in Kerbal.
I think so, but he legitimately used that phrase.
Yeah, I like that. But no, he says, when there's people like, oh, your thing exploded, he's like, yeah, it's in the testing stage. That's when you want it to explode.
I do like his attitude towards
it's going to explode. Let's make sure it explodes during the testing.
Because the thing is, it's not like, oh, your taxpayers dollars. No, it's like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
We
I
got
just
the
feel
money.
like he doesn't have the right atmosphere. I kind of just want Scott Manley to run SpaceX.
No, I like Elon Musk because he's like, oh no, we've blew up a rocket, and then he just looks at his bank account, and we're back. So that's another 50,000 Tesla sold. We're back. Everything's fine.
But what's the weirdest thing about this spacecraft, though? Is even though it's a big spacecraft, 17 meter diameter in the capsule.
It's fucking huge.
It's huge, but that's exterior. So probably including
baggage room.
Yeah, it's got
first class.
It's got cargo sections, but apparently the cargo will be sent on a separate thing. But it's going to have to have cargo sections.
Oh, it won't. It'll never turn up. It'll end up on Uranus.
That'd be really, really annoying. You go all the way to Mars and your bag accidentally got sent to the moon. Sorry, your luggage is on the moon.
No, but okay, so it's going to have cargo.
Here, we've got this best SpaceX hoodie for you to wear.
It's probably more like 15 meter diameter inside. And they said they want to have 100 people in it.
So it's economy then?
What?
100 people? They can easily fit 100 people in there.
Well, no, but the problem is 100 people over 4 months. You need full, gym facilities and all the facilities of the ISS, but the ISS is designed for 6 people, while this ship, which is probably got smaller interior than the ISS, is designed for 100 people.
Yes. Possibly, there's going to be a bit of stabbing.
Maybe
he's actually he puts them into space, and it's just actually a reality TV show.
That maybe is how this whole thing's being funded.
I think one of the things, someone asked him, what, are they worried about sort of solar radiation in deep space? And he just went, not really. Just moved on.
My response to that, is that a real thing? I thought that was just in the Fantastic Four. In the real world, does it also cause superpowers, or does it just give you cancer?
It just kills you. It causes, cellular decay and all this horrible stuff,
Yay!
Ugh. You don't want to be outside of is it magnetic? What is it? Magnetosphere?
Yeah, we've got a magnetosphere.
Is that the correct word?
Magnetosphere. Yeah, magnetosphere.
That's the word, magnetosphere. Yeah, don't be outside of that, John. You'll be fried.
I don't want to go outside of that. I don't even like getting on a plane. I don't like airports. I like just going on a little kind of, weekend away to a spa somewhere in England. It's nice.
Oh my god, you old man.
I am.
I want to go to space. I'm going to space.
Look, when you're 50, you'll enjoy it too.
No, Elon Musk did say, at the rate, they hope to do this all, get the ship ready and working and all that, and be at Mars in the next 10 years, right? And
wait, how long does it take to actually get to Mars after you launch?
3 months?
3 to 6 months, depending on when you launch, yeah.
Okay.
Depending on the weather.
Does he actually have a way to get back yet, or is that a problem he's going to solve once he's
No,
really got
that's
some
when we
people
solve when we get to Mars.
Well, his idea is that it's a lot of power by, like, I think it was methane, that it can easily get that from a lot of planets, was his argument.
Yeah, especially with people or cows on.
Well,
Send cows to Mars
He's
first.
just going to hope that we find enough methane to get home.
No, but I think one of the things is that these ships they're sending can be refitted as cargo or fuel. So the idea is they can send a ship full of fuel to Mars, and that.
So basically, the only people that are allowed to go are people who've previously played strategy and RTS games, because they're basically going to land on Mars. They need to build their own base and then discover enough resources to get home again.
Yes,
my
but
God.
here's the
Yeah,
So
interesting.
only people who've played, Command and Conquer or something similar are allowed to go, because they're the ones with the right mindset.
Here's the interesting
for
thing,
this.
though. Here's the interesting thing. They want to do this in the next 10 years, but they expect within the next 40 years to have it practical enough for public use. And the price point they're aiming at and they expect to hit for moving to Mars is $100,000 per person.
Fuck! I just bought a house.
Well, you can sell it and then move to Mars in, 30, 40 years, whatever.
Now, you can't move to Mars, surely. You have to come back again.
Well, no, the
right?
idea,
Oh, I bet-
his
I
entire
bet that's
idea
some
is...
fucking paperwork, mate.
His entire
God,
point is
Bennett.
to actually, move to Mars, and you have a colony on Mars. He wants to make a Mars colony and us be an interplanetary species.
What's actually like, from the person who's going to be living on Mars, what's the advantage to Mars? Like, I don't want to be mean to Mars, but Mars looks a bit shit. Like, there's no water and no plants, and you can't go outside.
He wants to terraform it, basically.
He wants to terraform it. Do you know how he wants to terraform it? He wants to nuke it to shit.
Hang on, isn't it really cold?
Yeah.
How do you fix that?
You
Turn the radiators on.
Yeah, you give it an atmosphere as well.
Surely, so
He's going to give it an
thicker
atmosphere. Right,
presumably.
his plan of getting sort of starting an atmosphere on Mars is to bomb the poles with nuclear weapons. A lot of nuclear weapons. Bomb the poles and basically speed up the whole volcanoes spewing heat into the atmosphere kind of thing.
Are we sure
And
Elon
that
Musk
will
isn't
give
a
Mars
Bond villain? Because that does distinctly sound like something a 70s Bond villain would have tried to do, and Roger Moore would have stopped him.
fine line between Elon Musk and a Bond villain, but I'm alright kind of supporting him because...
It's okay because it's not our planet. If we let him do it to Mars, you watch, in 5 years he'll be wanting to do it to Earth too. One planet will never be enough. Once you've nuked one planet, you're going to have a bit of a hankering for it. That is something you don't want to give a man with the power and money of Elon Musk a taste for.
I thought, isn't the issue that Mars isn't it's really, really lightly geothermically active?
Yeah, it's got volcanoes and shit.
Yeah, but they're not active.
Oh, they
Yeah, I
were.
thought I read
If you
just
start
they
bombing
were.
the fuck out the poles, they might be after a while.
How many nukes are we talking? And even then, if you nuke it, wouldn't radiation be a problem at that point?
Yeah, that can fuck off.
Well, he's already said he doesn't care about space radiation.
I mean,
Why would nuke radiation
what is he
bother
going to
him?
do? He's just
He's
going to
an
get a
alien.
giant fan
He's an
and just
alien.
point it at the planet and just go away, radiation. Fuck off.
That's how that works.
I'm Elon Musk. I feel like that's something ridiculous he'd probably try and do, though. He'd just make some giant space fan just to blow away the radiation. Go over there. Go
The
to...
physics of a giant space fan physically hurts me.
I mean, yeah, but
I feel great pain when you mentioned the idea of a giant fan just parked up next to Mars.
we'll blow the atmosphere over to Saturn. Fucking
Christ.
Saturn can handle it.
Christ.
I mean, there's no atmosphere for, the fan to work or anything, but...
Cool. Okay, call me crazy here. I've got an idea.
Uh-huh.
So, basically, the problem with Mars is there's no water there, right?
There's water on Mars.
There's not enough, though.
That's
We
probably
don't
enough.
know.
It's just it's ice
Could
at
we
the moment.
just either take or create more water by shipping out compressed canisters of hydrogen and oxygen and then just making water out
It feels
there?
like it'd be easy just to send water.
No, water's heavy.
Yeah, but the parts of water you'd just be sending separate. They'd still weigh the same.
No, because you can compress gas.
Yeah, you can
can't-
compress
it's harder
gas,
to compress a
yeah,
fluid.
exactly.
You can compress it, but it's still going to weigh the same. Like, you're talking about weight here, not volume.
Well, we have to get this water from somewhere. Where are we going to get it from?
Mars, the ice. All the ice on Mars.
I don't think there's enough. Plus, I've seen that episode of Doctor Who. It didn't end well.
Oh god, that episode's terrible.
Okay, you can
Oh,
give
I
some
like the
context
waters
there.
of Mars. I think it was a really good one.
Ugh. Start of the whingy Doctor. Ugh.
What happened? Come on, give me some context here.
I'm Doctor Who and I'm sad and I can save people. Basically, the Doctor snaps and he's in a place which he knows his shit's going to hit the fan because he knows the history, and so he tries to leave and then doesn't leave in time. Shit starts hitting the fan and he's about to leave and he's like, "No, I'm going to change time," and then someone kills themselves. It's terrible.
I think it's quite good.
But it's not good because if he goes, because he becomes the Time Lord Victorious, which is he starts breaking the rules.
The
It's
line
like, fuck it,
Time
I'm
Lord
gonna go
Victorious
back
was
in time.
stupid. I'll give you that, and they shouldn't have said the phrase
Oh my
Time
god,
Lord
I
Victorious.
love Time Lord Victorious. I just wish he'd done it properly. I wish he'd gone back to the start of the episode, punched himself in the face, and taken everybody
The good
away.
thing about Waters of Mars that it shares with Midnight is both of them you can't see where they're going because characters don't play up to type. Like, the character you think is going to do one thing does something else. Like, the kid who you think has, like, got infected is going to try and hide it to get back to Earth actually is completely open about it and sacrifices himself because he knows it would be wrong to try and hide it. And previously it looked like he would probably be the one to try and hide the fact he's infected and screw everyone over that way.
Yeah, but if
which
you're
was quite
breaking
nice.
time and you're like, I'm gonna save everyone, why not just save everyone? He has this like really slow dramatic walk while everyone's dying and like loads of people die and he just saves like the ones that are alive at the end of his really slow dramatic walk.
Because he was previously thinking he couldn't get involved because it was a fixed point in time and space
Yeah,
and he
but
has instincts about that sort of thing.
This was the point where he was like, fuck it. He kind of just has the and then he goes back and he's like, this...
Like, I
puts
assume
the
it's like
lady
this is almost
back,
like a
and then the lady kills
biological
herself and-
thing for him. Like, he just feels like physically he can't interfere in fixed points in time and space. Like, you know, a human just can't get an erection in 0G.
Unless, of course, they're a woman.
Yes, unless they're a woman. Though, hang on, I want to go back to this for a second. If you can't have an erection in space because the blood can't get to the penis, why can the blood like make it to the other extremities, like fingers and toes?
Okay,
it
it's
really
not that,
struggles.
okay, it's not that it can't. It's that since you're in 0G, the blood... we've evolved to be in a 1G environment, right?
Yeah.
Our circulatory system is developed to work in a 1G environment with us standing upright, with our brain at the top. And when we go into 0G, it completely messes with that because the blood is just sort of floating around, really, inside you.
So how do astronauts right now manage it?
Well, the blood still goes everywhere. It just can't pool in the penis
Ugh.
properly.
So does that mean they get really deoxygenated because the blood isn't going around fast enough or oxygenating effectively?
They have to do like exercise and
Yeah.
shit to keep blood going, if I'm rightly.
They do. It's not. They can't just sit around. Like this is my biggest worry with Elon Musk's thing, because as far as I know, there isn't any details about like a gym, which is quite important when you're in 0G for long periods of
Well,
time.
even the ISS has got stuff on it.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
ISS has. Yeah, but it's for 6 people though.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's like 70 meters long. But it's, you know,
So all you'd need would be some form of little snuggy fitting thing to kind of encourage blood flow.
yeah. Basically, you need a big cuddle. That's why there's so many people there. So they can go bundle.
Well, I was thinking more specifically of like a little penis cuddle device, but yes,
you want a penis compression suit?
kind of yes. Presumably, kind of pulsating to encourage blood flow. Yes, and then it would be fine.
So what? You want a space fleshlight?
Well, it will need to be more advanced than that, but I'm sure Elon Musk can be trusted to come up with something good that won't explode. Actually, I don't want anything Elon Musk design. I don't want
unlike the
anything Elon Musk
regular
design that
flashlight.
close to my junk. To be honest, I wouldn't trust it not to catch fire and explode.
You want Elon Musk to develop a non-exploding space fleshlight?
No,
I
I want
like
someone
that
who's
you-
not Elon Musk to develop that one.
Okay. Glad we clarified that there.
Welcome to the Nerd³ podcast.
The Space Cast.
We sometimes talk about video games. But when there's no fucking news, it's very rare.
Speaking of no fucking news, Castlevania's 30th birthday was
Konami
very
celebrated
recent.
with
God.
one tweet.
Yeah, which apparently Konami forgot about.
Yep.
So that was good. Jim Sterling drew my attention to that. That
They've
Konami
also
just
forgot about Castlevania since the PlayStation 1, so
And all
what made
other
us think
games.
that they were
Do you
going
know
to...
apparently Metal Gear Survive is actually in the same map as Metal Gear Solid 5? It's the same map. It's the same mechanics. It's basically just... They've just added
Yes,
4
it's
players.
a Far Cry Primal or Battlefield 1. We haven't changed anything, but we've
No, it's
changed
not
the
even that
setting.
extreme though. They didn't change the ending, but they had a new map and everything. This is I think it's like Saints Row 4, essentially, but without
Far
any
Cry
of the
Primal's
bits.
on the same map as Far Cry 4.
What?
It's not like, well, it's not the
Kind
same
of.
it's the same
Very
layout, but it's not
kind
the same
of.
map. It's
Well,
the
this
same
looks like
layout.
it's very kind of.
The map is broadly the same shape. It's not the
That's
same.
exactly
map.
the same shape, but it's not the same map now. While this is exactly the same map. It's Saints Row 4 without the wibbles and the superpowers.
Yeah, but that map was god awful, and
It
anybody
was.
who said so was
Saints Row
wrong.
3 and Saints Row 4's map was
No,
fine.
it was a very boring
I'm
map.
talking about Metal Gear Solid, but Saints Row was crappy.
It was a very boring map. The Stillwater.
Didn't do much. It was too small.
It feels very small today. I don't think it felt small at the time. I think
Oh,
it's
God, it felt
aged.
tiny
I
at
don't
the
think it's
time.
aged desperately well.
Well, Saints Row 2 feels great. It's a perfect size map.
Well, yeah, I think
Maps don't have to be massive. I like Watch Dogs map is not good. I still think Chicago
no.
Watch Dogs is
Saints
one
Row
of. I think
2
Watch Dogs is
is-
one of the best open world maps.
No, it's because the size of the map is based on the faster transportation map. I think we discussed this before, in the idea that like just cause 3 map is massive, but you move very fast, so it doesn't feel that big.
I still think
it
the
feels
biggest
like
mistake
flash.
GTA 5 made was there's too much flying, too many planes,
I
so
do love
nobody
planes.
drives.
I like driving. I like to just get in a really nice car and just bomb around that motorway a few times.
I think there's way too much flipping, flying around, and flipping Just Cause 3 because the driving actually feels really nice, but you will never, ever, ever do it after the initial training
I
mission. So
hate
after
the
2 minutes in,
driving.
you'll never drive in Just Cause 3.
I hate the drive.
I don't even fly. I just wingsuit.
It takes a little bit of time to get used to, but it feels so nice. It feels responsive and heavy and proper. It's really good.
Like ever since the jetpack wingsuit came out, I don't think I've ever used a vehicle in that game.
Yeah.
Not once. Because that
Plus,
is
like,
just
fighting
so
car
fun
to car is
use.
actually really fun in Just Cause.
Yeah, but fighting jet wingsuit pack to car is funner.
I disagree. I
It's
think
got,
actually
it's
car
got
to car
rockets
is
and a
really fun.
machine gun, and you can do cool flips.
You're basically Iron Man.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. It's a good
But
stuff.
it's Iron Man, but with some like aerodynamic mechanics with it that you have to like take into account.
Mhm.
And it's really satisfying. It's one mechanic in Just Cause 3 they just fucking perfected.
I've actually
Feels
played
like
the Iron Man video game. It's so bad. It's
the movie tie.
Truly terrible.
You know,
First movie was in the second movie.
It was. I've played the. I think there is a time for the second movie. I've played the time for the first, but obviously they couldn't get any of the actual, actors to do their voices because that was too expensive, and they couldn't be bothered to find decent impersonators either. So no one sounds quite
have any
right.
of you played any of the Gameloft ones on mobile?
No,
Because
why would we do
Gameloft
this?
had a distinct habit of doing a load of movie times on mobile, but they were like the Iron Man ones. They were full open world Iron Man games. And it was just weird because obviously it was on like a phone, so it was just really, really basic graphics.
Oh, like Transformers on the DS.
Kind of, yeah,
It was
but
like an open world game where you could transform into cars and shit, but there was like nothing.
and they had to like simplify a lot of the mechanics, but it was functionally an open world Iron Man game where you could walk around, you could fly around, you can go on the top of buildings, and you could save people in random events and stuff. They never came to any consoles. They're just remote. Gameloft still make ones like that. And they're just relegated to mobile, and it feels kind of a shame because it feels like they could probably make something decent on
Yeah, but they can't.
console.
Nobody can make decent games anymore.
Someone is promising me that Robert Downey Jr. did voice Tony Stark in the first game, in which case that man is a terrible voice actor. You put him in a studio in front of a microphone, he doesn't know how to do Iron Man's voice anymore.
Oh, Dan, guess
Because he
what?
genuinely does not sound anything like him.
Guess what, Dan?
What?
One of Gameloft's newest games is Despicable Me Minion Rush, which is a clone of Jungle Run, is it?
Well, that I've already played. If that's their latest one, it's a clone of their other one.
Yeah.
I remember them doing a Minion Run thing.
Spider-Man Unlimited is on here.
Iron Man, the video game, won 2 awards according to a Google search. GameSpot Award for Worst Game Everyone Played, and GameSpot Award for Worst Use of a Grace License.
I think got one here, like just called
It
Gangster
was
Vegas,
truly terrible.
which apparently is like an open world GTA clone. Cars, Fast as Lightning.
It has Robert Downey Jr., Terrence Howard, and Sean Toob reprising their roles from the film.
Mortal Kombat
That's
5.
amazing,
Oh,
because
okay.
none of them sound right.
Literally everything that
Maybe they
Gameloft
can
has ever.
press the audio to hell or something, because it does not sound right at all.
All of this stuff is just. They're just Gameloft just makes clones of other video games.
Yeah. Well, that's what everyone
So
does
does
these
King,
days.
but they get all the money in the world
They
for
have a
it.
Dark Knight Rises game, which is an open world Batman game. Like what the.
I like their the thing you retweeted the other day, Matt, that there's 60,000 iOS games released a month.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I'm assuming most of them are just clones of the same game that was released last month, slightly
Probably,
reskinned.
yeah.
In a desperate attempt to stay
all the
towards the top of the new
War of
charts.
Clans of War.
Yeah, but then if that
Back
doesn't
3
work, you just
buzzwords,
reskin it and
screening
release it
effects,
again the following month as
Clash
war,
of
as war of
Swords.
warring bands,
Sword
Band of
Run.
Warriors, War of Bands.
It's the
Band of
Infinite
Wars.
Runners. It's the fucking Clash of Clans piece of shit game. Fucking Facebook piece of shit. And that's about it. That's about it.
I need to hear Dan tear Watch Dogs 2 apart. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, that one guy is really obsessed with hearing us tear apart Watch Dogs 2, which is odd because it's not out. None of us have played it, and as far as I'm concerned, it looks actually pretty decent.
Oh, you know what I can rip
As long
apart?
as the story.
Yeah, that told you, Light Flight 115.
Oh, John with the fire.
No, you know what I can rip apart?
Wow.
That's
Your
right.
own asshole.
Is it
Presidential
No
debate.
Man's Sky? Because we love doing that.
The presidential debate.
No,
I'm
let's not.
I'm gonna do this. I want to get it out of the way, all right? Because it's gonna be in the back of my mind the whole time. Otherwise,
You are genuinely like not sleeping because of this thing.
no,
aren't
No,
legitimately.
you're generally not sleeping because there's people with jackhammers outside his window.
No, that's true, but I'm not getting to sleep in the first place because and then I'm waking up because of the jackhammers.
you? Okay.
No, okay. So the presidential, the first presidential argument
Right.
happened the other day.
Presidential in inverted commas because it wasn't very presidential.
Debate in inverted commas.
Okay, I
That's
watched the
true.
whole
She just
thing
put the whole
live.
thing in inverted commas.
I watched the whole
I'm still
thing
questioning
live.
the.
It was just the definite article.
Dan, did you watch the whole thing or did you watch like the last half?
I watched it live, Buddha.
So that you watched the whole
Wasn't
thing
it like
live?
2
right?
a.m. or something?
It's like 4.
You're both
It wasn't
mad.
4. It wasn't that late.
I was already up working. I was
It was like
finishing
2
off
a.m.,
Prison
yeah.
Architect, and then I turned over and I was like, "Oh, that thing's on."
No, I specifically got up to watch it because I thought I was sat there going, "It's going to be a train wreck."
Train wreck.
Train wreck.
Crying.
And like I just watched it, and it was just Trump hadn't prepared at all. He was very proud of the fact he hadn't prepared at all, and it really looked like he hadn't prepared at all. And then Clinton was like, "But this thing," and Trump was like, "No, I didn't."
No, I didn't. Do
And then,
that thing.
the moderator was like, "But you said this thing." He's like, "No, that's not true." It's like, "But it says right here." No, it's not true. What?
Yeah, I like that the people who support Trump were attacking Hillary for being over-prepared.
It's literally.
Like, her
literally-
answers were it's literally, after the thing was, her answers were described as too wordy.
She's she's going to be the president. Of course, you need to be wordy.
Yeah.
I liked Bigley. Bigley was my favourite bit.
I thought he was saying big league.
Exactly.
he was
That's
saying
what everyone
no,
came out in
he
defence
was
of. Oh, he
saying
didn't
big
say
league,
bigly.
yeah.
He was saying big league, despite the
I thought he
fact
was
that
saying
I'm
big
going to
league.
cut taxes big league does not mean anything.
Yeah, but nothing else that he said meant it.
No,
I mean,
nothing
that,
means...
that doesn't work as a sentence.
No, his sentences
Nothing
didn't
else,
work very well. It was basically me talking, but more racist. And,
So
And
you
a
talking
bit
when
less swearing,
the mics are off.
Slightly
Yeah.
less swearing.
no, yeah, slightly less right. But, like, I quite was a fan, like... I was a fan of when he was saying something about, like, you know, like NATO, like other countries, oh, they're not giving us, and Hillary just completely just went into full-on damage control.
That was the moment when I went, yeah, she'll be a good president. Because I don't like looking into stuff before the debates, because as much as Trump is there constantly being an asshole, I don't really look into stuff, because you just hear the media spin stuff. When you actually see them talk, that's when it's a good time to see who can actually hold up in that office, because it's not just a job of who knows what and who's going to be best for it. You actually need some sort of, you need that composure, you need temperance. So when Hillary started attacking
the bit
no,
where
when Hillary when Trump started talking about breaking down like fucking American-Japanese relations that you've had for hundreds of years because they don't pay, and he wants them to pay for nuclear defense, which sounds like a fucking extortion racket. Then Hillary stepped in and actually started doing damage control, like live on stage during the debate, and I went, yeah, she could run the country.
like, full on, like, it was a
Proper full on.
speech.
Yeah, no, like the fact that she had that, like, just to pull out, even if she prepared it or not, I was like, no, that's it, you've got a president there, and not getting her in is a fucking mistake.
Oh, and he said not paying taxes makes him smart. And he said he has a bit of temperament than Hillary, and everyone in the fucking auditorium laughed.
Yep. That was good.
Oh.
And there was the whole cyber thing. He insulted fat people.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Attacked, like, it was a constant...
What did you say about fat people?
He
I didn't
attacked
see
Rosie
that.
O'Donnell again. Oh, when he was insulting...
Hackers.
It was hackers. It was like, could be Russia, could be China, could be some 400-pound person in their bedroom. Because that's the only people who hack is massive fat people.
Apparently the only people who play Titanfall 2 are the people who eat Doritos and drink Mountain Dew, so maybe he's onto something.
You know, after looking at the people who support Donald Trump, seriously, that was his core audience he just insulted there.
But no, interestingly, I had a conversation with a Trump supporter on Twitter the other week. Or last
You
week.
can't. You can't use the word
here's the
conversation.
thing. Right, no. It wasn't a conversation. It was more of a discussion. Because it was one of the proper Trump supporters. When I say proper, I don't mean the meme ones you see on r/the Donald, right? Not those ones. Like, someone who is legitimately...
Actually, I've actually blocked that subreddit because they're so fucking annoying.
The worst thing. But this one, because I regularly respond... I follow Trump because I regularly respond to him in the hope that one day he will block me. That is my life's achievement. I want him to block me. I'm not
it won't
slamming
be him, though. It'll just be a PR executive
I'm
who works
fine
for
with
him.
that. Just being blocked by the Donald Trump Twitter account is like my life goal at this point. But anyway, when you respond to them, you do get a fair amount of Trump supporters going, yeah. So, I had one person say something. It was, I want to make America better or whatever. And I go, okay. I just asked, what the fuck do you mean by better? Because I've never known, right? I've never known what better means. Again, great again. Yeah, great again. I've never known what that actually literally means. Like, it's a buzzword. She went, do you actually want me to tell you? Because I'll tell you. I was like, yeah, please. And she went on about how, like, when she was younger in the 70s, she was able to support her kids on a minimum wage job, and she was able to pay for a car. And now she doesn't feel safe. And the steel mill in a small town was bought out by a Chinese company, and she feels Donald Trump has a good heart. And there was not an ounce of malice in her.
Wasn't there a point at which... That was a point in American history where taxes were quite a bit higher, though? Because taxes came down a lot during the 80s.
Yeah, also you didn't want to be, black or female or Asian.
Well, this is interesting, because I think the part of it was, well, inflation's happened and the wage hasn't risen with inflation, which isn't really anything to do with presidents. I mean, if anything, Donald Trump wants to lower the minimum wage. So anyway, but one of the okay, she was like, okay, racist like in Nan's racist. That kind of like
not racist.
Okay, you're maybe not. You know what I mean when I say that, like the casual
Yes.
like.
There's the casual. Yeah, it's the one like you get like the nice Nan now, which is I saw some black people today and they weren't bad. That sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like it's from a different era racist, not.
Yeah, it's like it's that deep-seated one where you've got to like knock the wall down. It's like that mold that's gone on for too long, and like you can't paint over that shit anymore. You're gonna have to take that wall down, but it's like in there. And
But she was like that, and one of the things she said, because it was a big long tweet thing, so I was being very respectful to her and all that. And one of the things she said just got me. She went, "Oh, back in my no matter what colour you were, you could make it. Look at all the successful black people my age," and I just fucking lost it.
Yeah, here we go. The time she's talking about 1970s, the individual income tax rate over time adjusted for inflation was about double what it is today, and Donald Trump wants to lower it further. So it feels like he's going in the wrong direction.
And reduce the minimum wage.
If he wants to get things how they were in the 70s, he's going to want to be doubling taxes.
if you want to go back to America's great era, then you're gonna have to get slaves back, America, because that's like the era when you like.
No, that's not true. The era I think people are talking about when they're talking about America being great is the era immediately after World War II, when everyone else was bombed to shit, so they had basically an open market, and also people like China didn't really exist yet properly.
Yeah, no, they're talking about the 1950s.
This is why he wants to nuke
60s.
everyone. If he theoretically nukes Europe and Japan and China, then America can do the whole thing in the 50s over again, when no one else has any industrial capacity, so everyone has to buy everything from the US. I think we found his plan. That's why he was always talking about nukes and stuff, and he's talking about the military. He wants to bomb, he wants to blow up the world.
But this is the interesting
Because the last time the world blew up, it was really good for America.
Well,
yeah, but they were coming off
up
the
to
Great
something
Depression
here.
there as well,
They
weren't
were.
they? They were just coming off the Great Depression, so they were actually coming out of a shit bit.
But they're
they were
coming out of a
getting
shit
better.
bit now. 2008 wasn't great.
40s to 60s America, I think, is generally...
Yeah, so he just needs to blow up Europe.
Interesting thing, actually, this woman
Oh
again-
shit, we live in Europe.
Uh-oh.
Oh, thank God we voted to leave. We can just kind of gently tug the United Kingdom a bit further away from the continent.
Put us up in the middle of the Atlantic, hope no one bothers us.
Let's kind of go and hang out with Iceland. Iceland seem like decent blokes. I like Iceland. They seem lovely. They eat kind of shark slurry, which is a bit concerning, but other than that, they seem nice.
Okay, look, right. This woman kept talking to her more, and she, like, the problem with the Make America Great Again slogan is that it doesn't mean anything. And because it doesn't mean anything, people assign their own meaning to it, which means people just support him because they, when he says Make America Great Again, they go, oh, I remember when it was great, and they think back to their specific thing.
In his defense, though, does Hillary's "I'm with her" or Obama's "change you can believe in" mean anything more?
No, not at all. Not at all. But not at all. They're all problematic. But I think the Make America Great Again definitely appeals to a different, like, older, slightly more ignorant demographic. Because she was ignorant. Like, not in a... I don't mean that in a mean way, but she just was.
Oh, a lot of people are ignorant.
Like
About half of people are median intelligence or below.
It's not even intelligence. Even if you're intelligent, you can not know. Like, one of the things she said, she was like, it got onto the refugees thing, and she was like,
did she mention Skittles?
No, she didn't. But she was talking about the Quran and, is it Sharia law? Is that how you pronounce it? I can never pronounce it properly.
Yeah, Sharia
and
law,
how
yeah.
That's against the Constitution, and that's why Muslims should be banned.
Well, technically, yeah. I mean, I guess religion influencing...
Technically, yeah. Let's leave that conversation there.
Well, hang on. Yeah, religion influencing the law is supposed to be against the Constitution. I think technically she's right.
She is technically right, but at the same time, she seems to be under the impression that every refugee coming over is trying to, like, make America, like, fully follow those laws, which isn't true at all. And then she was like, why don't we just go over to their country and get rid of ISIS and give them their homes back? It's like, well, you realise wars cause more refugees.
Yeah, you could try that. You could try it. But I suspect if you literally bomb everything you think is ISIS, you're going to find that there's probably about 10 times many people who are ISIS-y after you're done.
Yeah.
ISIS have been in decline since 2014. Like, they're done. They're actually a collapsing state now.
Yeah.
It's the media's going, this is the worst. Actually, they're pretty done at this point. They're just like sort of falling apart. So when everyone's going, when Trump's like, you've been fighting ISIS all your life to Clinton, I was like, really? That thing that you in a previous sentence just said was caused by her? She's also been fighting her entire life. She's not that old.
The thing that's been around about like 6 years, she's been fighting her whole life.
Yeah, it's not. You're not going to do a great thing there. I do. Oh my god, that's my favorite thing ever. Was Trump saying, we should have actually taken all of Iraq's oil.
Oh, that.
Because then ISIS wouldn't have formed. I was like, one, hindsight's 2020, and two, what the fuck are you talking about?
Do you have some form of magic technology to extract it all in one go, at which point you can just leave?
Yeah, he actually just inhales.
Maybe Elon Musk could work on that.
The biggest problem with that statement, right, that I see, is it's very him going, fucking sovereign states don't matter, look at my cock. Basically, isn't it? It's basically just like, no, Iraq, we don't care about your own government or what rights you have to your own, like, things.
There's a moment in the new episode of Batman, the Telltale game, where somebody decides to inject a couple of politicians on stage with a truth serum, effectively. And I feel like that is what Donald Trump would say if you didn't do that to him.
He said, I think we should burn the poor, didn't he? I feel like Donald Trump saying that. It's like, yeah, that's not unreasonable.
Yeah.
My god, Donald Trump on Truth Serum would be my favourite. He'd just be there going, why can't I say the N-word? Like, it would be the greatest thing.
This should possibly be something we should consider doing this election
cycle. Seriously,
both Hillary and Donald Trump need to take lie detector tests and actually have truth serum and all that jazz. Make it happen.
Here's the thing, right? We've got another 2 of these debates to go. Do we think he's going to drop the N-bomb before these 2 debates are done?
He probably won't say like the full one. He'll probably say the slightly lighter one, the Negro one.
Oh god!
He won't say the full-on other one, but he'll drop that in there.
Oh my god! I've just realised something. This is why he's constantly having a bit of a pop at Russia, going, Russia hacked us and all that sort of thing, because he's trying to start the Cold War up again, because that was a big part of the 1940s.
I know, he loves Russia. He absolutely bloody loves. He can't make up his mind. Sometimes he bloody loves Russia. He loves Putin.
It's almost as if he just says the thing he thinks the person closest to him wants to hear to vote for him.
He sort of loves Russia and sort of hates it. He sort of loves Putin. He generally loves Putin. And he sort of hates the fact that Hillary lost Ukraine, but sort of admires Putin for taking it. So there's a little bit of cognitive dissonance going on.
Oh, here's an interesting thing as well, right? I think it was generally accepted by basically the wider political media as a whole that Hillary won the debate, right?
Yes.
Because she was the one who...
Anybody intelligent who watched that debate came away with the answer of Hillary.
Because even if you still support Trump, you still have to admit that Hillary won. You can still support Trump and think Hillary won.
Because that was the thing, is that Hillary was taking questions and replying to the public at large, and Trump was battling himself in the corner and losing.
And here's the interesting thing as well, is that, like, I get concerned at Trump because Trump losing, like, it's a very thing, like, if I was that like, if I was in his position, not that I'd be Donald Trump, but let's say I'm in the position where I lost a political debate, right? I would be coming out going, yeah, I lost it, but I'm going to do better next time because my goal is to improve and all this bollocks. But he just seems to think he's perfect and that he's infallible, and that's really concerning. And one of the things, well, afterwards, right, on polls, right, he said he got all the polls that he won, right, and the polls he's referring to is online internet polls on news websites.
Yeah.
Now, what he hasn't mentioned is the fact, the Donald and stuff fucking just spam them.
Yep.
So it's really like inaccurate polls, and CNN's one was the only one with Clinton won, but CNN's poll was really biased to Democrats because about like 2/3 of the people they asked were Democrats. And one of the things he said was like, only the little watch CNN. It's like they've got double the Twitter followers as you, mate. Like, this is the man who brags about his Twitter following, and he's saying the people who have double the followers as him have fucking a little watched. And I just hate him. Like, that's why I'm not sleeping, because I'm just closing my eyes and going, oh my god, he said that thing. Why did he say... Like, I'm not even going, oh, he's going to destroy the world. He's not going to destroy the world or anything, but I'm just getting so stressed because I'm starting going, why? Why are people listening to him?
I'm going to figure out who the building contractors are that are working outside your window, and I'm going to pay them to start playing Donald Trump voice clips through your window at first thing in the morning.
John.
Screw the jackhammering. We're just going to start trying to get Donald Trump to infiltrate your dreams.
Oh, but then there was like the thing is, like he said in the thing, Hillary was going, oh, you're not paying taxes, and then he interjected with, that makes me smart, right?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, a press asked him, you responded to you not paying taxes by saying that makes you smart. Did you mean that? And he goes, no, absolutely, I didn't say anything like that. Literally 20 minutes ago.
He just says that's the thing. He is for idiots. That's the big test that America has. You've got Clinton, who is whatever the fuck. She's a president. She would be a president.
She's boring. Boring and flawed and a bit dry and drab on occasion.
You know what I compared
She
it
is
to?
a politician who would be a perfect president.
I compared
Trump
it to
is just an idiot.
No, this is my comparison to it. Hillary Clinton is Tesco value brand digestive biscuits.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're they're perfectly fine. They're not going to do anything special. A lot of people probably won't notice they're not real digestive biscuits, but they're passable. If there's no Big Vicky's ones in the shop, they're fine.
Yeah, the Sainsbury's own brand digestives are actually pretty good.
Yeah, and Donald Trump is
for Bernie Sanders.
Donald Trump is a stale coconut flavored biscuit. It's been left out on the counter for several years.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. I think a better way to say it would be like Hillary is some weird electronic tool that does it measures a thing or it does a thing, but it's a little bit beyond your understanding, but it does that thing you need it to do well. And
did Elon Musk build it?
Trump is a hammer. And you understand a hammer and you know what a hammer does, but you can there's a limited amount of problems you can solve with a hammer.
Yeah. The problem is when all you've got is a hammer, every Middle East country looks like a nail.
Yeah, it's the...
By the way, to the person in the chat saying Hillary would not be a perfect president, what we mean by perfect president isn't that she is perfect. It is that when you think of a president, she would fit that fine.
A president has to be very, very, very calm, collected, and they have to be almost a mediator between everything. They have to take a lot of stuff on, be able to process it, and come up with an answer and go, this is the answer, this is what we do. You need someone who can do those decisions quick. Now, for all his absolute dickholery, David Cameron was a person who could do that. I hate David Cameron, but he is very good at doing that. Ed Miliband was not someone who could do that.
Terrible.
He was a pile of piss that had been poured into a very cheap Primark suit.
I think Corbyn as well, at this point, he is...
Corbyn is there.
He wouldn't be a good prime minister, I don't think. As again, it's kind of like that.
If Corbyn kicks ass in the next few months, which he is something he absolutely desperately needs to, then maybe he will. But I don't.
So I'd like to see him as just something like at the head of Home Office or something, rather than being the Labour leader. I think like a good, solid, principled person who believes in fairness and justice.
That's what I want. Minister for Jumpers.
I think it's something like Justice Ministry or Home Office. I think he'd do a lovely job. I'm just not sure he's cut out to be leader.
I kind of want him to be cut out to be leader. But the problem with him is that he says things. Jeremy Corbyn says things, and if he enacts these things, they will be very, very, very good for the working class people. But he is a middle class jumper wearing man that the working class people just hate. And I know this because I was them. I was down there in the mines.
No, don't do yourself down, Dan.
Interestingly,
You're fine.
when Corbyn got elected again the other day, there were like, not protests, but like people walking the streets celebrating in Liverpool. And Liverpool's a very working class city, so Liverpool loves them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. See, the problem with Theresa May, right, and this is the biggest issue I have with Theresa May, is that she's put her head down and she's got to work.
Has she? What's she done?
Well, the big thing that they've done at the moment, which I really like, is that they've just got like a 4 million meters square fucking, it's just a fucking, I can't remember, it was like this massive fucking area of land that, like, of sea that you can no longer fish in, so the fish populations can grow in those areas. Like, there's just these huge swathes of land, and they're like, oh, it's a bad thing, but they're like, yeah, but we need to protect the fish and stuff. I'm like, all right,
she's not doing anything. Theresa May is a lot like Hillary Clinton, I think, in the sense of she's a normal politician, not doing anything particularly interesting, but she's just doing politics things and getting on with it.
Yeah, she's just politicking, and there's just the stuff's going through it. I'm like, yeah, she's just doing the work, and that's kind of what you want. I mean, there is a nice thing about having a really incompetent prime minister or politician, because then nothing changes for 4 years. That's always a nice thing. I like a weak president or prime minister.
I did notice the slightly odd thing that, remember how when there was going to be a leadership contest between her and what was the other woman's name? The Leave candidate, the woman who was going to be the other Tory candidate. I can't
Betty
even remember.
McTittyface.
Oh, the one who was like, you can't be...
One person said something mean about her and she backed out.
Yeah,
pretty much.
You can't be a good prime minister because you've
never pushed a baby out of your vagina, so you can't run the country. Yeah, pretty much.
One.
Yeah, how they kind of said how she said she was going to step aside because the responsible thing was to make sure that Theresa May could get on with running the country immediately, which then happened. Theresa May then immediately went on holiday for 6 weeks. So that struck me as a little bit disingenuous in retrospect.
6 weeks?
She went away for like 5 weeks, and it was supposedly like Boris Johnson was quietly running the country, but nothing happened. Because she genuinely went on holiday straight. I was like, well, hang on, you sold us this on the basis that she needed to get on with the business of government, and then she immediately pissed off for a nice break in Italy.
On the subject of airports.
Well, how is that on the subject of airports?
She needs to go to an airport to go to... Look, I was looking for a segue.
We're discussing space erections.
Look. Okay, you remember the
no, seriously, I want to go back to the space erections at some point, but carry on.
Okay, Donald Trump said, oh, look at their airports. They're like third world countries. We're a third world country now.
He's right that LAX is a shit airport.
Yeah, the Starbucks is closed sometimes. It's a bit badly laid out.
There's so few places to get like a bite to it. You have to go up to like the main terminal at the end to get anything. Like, and beyond the gates, there's nothing. Next to Heathrow, it's an embarrassment. He's right. Donald Trump talks sense.
The weird thing about his comments on that, though, is this is a man who has a private airplane and never actually goes into the terminals and goes through a separate private terminal.
Yeah, but he's got to be like the man. He's the common man, even though he's a multi-billionaire.
This is what I don't get. He's like, oh, you go. He's like,
oh, you to fuck his daughter more than anything.
But this is the guy who's like, oh, you go to Ferguson.
It's like, everyone else find that really fucking creepy.
Oh yes,
the whole. Like, there's like, you see the odd interviews where he's like, oh, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her.
If Ivanka wasn't my daughter, I'd probably be dating her.
Right, I've got this theory.
Like, oh, that's creepy.
I've got a theory about her. I think she's running everything, and I think she fucking hates him. I got a theory that she will be president at some point, because she's... I get the kind of the gist, after looking at all of them, that she is running everything. He has nothing to do with it. And Ivanka is just, like, running the Trump empire and industry. And that she is the brains behind everything.
She seems like the responsible one, doesn't she?
She seems like the one that's actually getting all the shit done. But I also kind of think that at some point she's going to, like, snap and kill him. And just be like, I've done all this effort and you just kept ruining it. Like, she's either going to turn into, like, a supervillain and, like, take over everything. Or she's just going to, like, run it. And I get the feeling that everything that Trump has ever done that's been, like, competent and successful, because she actually took it over and did it for him. That's I like, because every time you see, like, when that debate finished, she came over and her eyes were like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You die tonight. It was great. It was a beautiful father-daughter moment. But yeah, I get the I get the feeling that she's gonna kill him at some point and take over the company. If he dies mysteriously and she gets she's takes over the company,
have you seen this fucking wait, he's got 2 daughters, hasn't he? I like the fact the other daughter just is being completely ignored.
I didn't even know he had another daughter.
Yeah,
exactly.
he has another one,
He
but
never
she
mentions
just doesn't
her.
like being in the centre of attention at all.
But one of my favorite, I like his sons because they got just him but smaller.
Fuck him.
They're him but smaller.
They're him, but they don't have Ivanka behind them, so they're useless. So this is why that.
I don't know how much smaller can those hands get.
But no, these are the twats who have a picture of them holding a fucking jaguar. Dead jaguar.
We killed a thing.
And this was one of the things. I think one of the things they asked Trump was, "Are you not in the debate, but are you willing to put? I can't remember what the actual blind trust. I think it is, where you hand your company while you're president, because you can't run the company while he's president. Hand it over to a blind trust in which you don't run it. Right? You give it to your. I don't know. How exactly it worked, but basically he's like, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm sure my children will do a good job running it. He's like, well, no, that's not a blind trust because you'll still know what's going on. You can't have your kids running it, and someone's like, no, that's a blind trust. It's like, no, it's literally it's literally not. No, that's a blind trust. No, it's literally not. That is literally not what that is defined as. No, it's a blind trust. He won't have anything to do with it. But how do we know? No, he won't have anything to do with it. But how are we supposed to know that? Well, no, he won't. You've got to trust us. What? No, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I've had enough.
You're the one that started this.
I know, but I want to get it off my
started
chest, and I'm
this.
sick of it.
I'd be okay if President Trump was Ivanka Trump, because I think she would just be fucking fit. You would be great again. Just could you swap her now? Is that a thing you could do, Republicans? I'd get on that if I was you.
Do you think this is going to be the end of this dramatic movie that's been this election season, that actually, in the final scene, it's going to be revealed, Donald Trump is going to win, then immediately get stabbed in the back, and the true final boss will be revealed? Xant in Twilight Princess.
No,
and Ivanka is Ganondorf all along.
There'll be Trump will get settled in the White. It's like his first night in the White House. He gets settled into the chair, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm in the chair. Let's bomb everyone. Woo, motherfuckers." N-word. And then, he just, 2 bullets in. He's like, and then, Ivanka just walks in, with a smoke gun, oh, father.
I would have put it ahead
it'll
Twitter,
be that bit in Command and Conquer. It'll be poisoning the tea, just like Stalin in Command and Conquer.
Yeah, and then, she's got a thing that's I was actually vice president.
Okay, looking at Ivanka's Twitter is literally just, snack tips, clothes, and a lot of stuff about getting women into work.
Does she have her own blog she's pushing? Is that where this is going? Or an Instagram? That sounds like she's pushing an Instagram.
She is.
I'd like to point out, I've looked this up. She is vice president of development and acquisitions in the Trump organization, so she literally is running this thing.
Yeah, but that, in all fairness, sounds like one of those job titles that's made up.
What, vice president of acquisitions?
Yeah, that sounds really
in a developer.
Yeah, she does have a website.
Cool.
Ivanka Trump, wise words. She has a wise words section of her website. I know what to look at this.
It's one of those roles a company
dear.
doesn't strictly need.
Oh,
it's not like, CTO or VP of marketing. It's not like something where you can put your finger on and saying this is what it does. It does sound like one of those fluffy titles that doesn't mean anything.
I've got a problem here. Her wise words section, everything looks like it's written by Marina Joyce. Everything. If you have time to judge other people, you have too much time on your hands.
Oh. Sorry, I just read a thing and I was like, oh, man.
Was it about Marina Joyce?
I'm distracted.
Because I feel sorry about the Marina Joyce thing.
It was about tabletop. It looks like tabletop's going behind a paywall. I really like tabletop.
That's odd. Why doesn't it just start a Patreon? That's the sort of thing that blatantly would do well.
Oh, it's 48 hours early access to things.
You only regret what you don't do.
Is that through that Game Wisp thing or whatever?
That's called Alpha.
Yeah.
Who cares? I'm paying fucking that much money. I'll watch your video. You get my fucking ad revenue. You whore. We're waiting, you whore.
Fucking...
I like how I've called We're Waiting a whore. I've said Ivanka Trump's going to murder Donald Trump. And
Bloody...
probably some other shit.
YouTubers expect to be paid for their work, bastards. Why do they provide me exactly the video I want to see for free right now and then forever?
Yeah.
Just Dream and do.
That's all we need. Just watch the ads. Take 30
What did you do with the rest of the 140 characters?
Be
There's
bold.
120 left there.
No, these are fucking just pictures. Those fucking, keep calm and carry on style of fucking like cunty.
She totally just wants to have a successful Instagram. That's what this
It
whole
is totally
presidential
that.
bid has been about.
Like,
It's
these
just been
aren't on
pushing her
Instagram.
Instagram.
But they're square.
Ivanka
They look like
Prez.
they're meant to be on Instagram, and they're just not. It's weird.
She got like the Ivanka Prez domain a few years back, and she just wants to be able to use it.
One of her wise words is respect, honesty, and transparency. There is no room for people who can't give a clear and honest opinion. What the fuck? What the fuck? Have you met your father? What the I hate it.
So anyway, that was the non-gaming news section.
Back
and
to
the
gaming news.
section. Oh, God.
So we have actually noticed something, by the way.
Have we?
Which is to say, The Last Guardian, which of course, as we reported last time, was delayed. The problem is, the date it's been delayed to is actually the same day you promised to release your next game, Dan.
Right, so
Oh, yeah, I
spoiler
forgot
warning.
about
I totally forgot about that.
Actually, is that my
If you're a subscriber to the Patreon, you know that I'm currently working on a small game to be released at some point.
No, December the 9th.
That sounds good enough to me.
Confirmed.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we both
So,
added it to the calendar after you confirmed it last time.
Yeah, you have to remind me every week, though. Or I'll get more and more panicked about
Though
it.
you may want to slightly move it now that so it doesn't clash with The Last Guardian.
No,
because
no,
the
no,
media
John,
attention might
John,
be a bit taken
John,
up by The Last
no.
Guardian.
John,
I'll release it
as
an
we
hour
know,
before The Last
when a
Guardian.
game
It's only a small
developer,
game.
when a game developer announces a release date, they have to stick with that date or nothing, John. They shouldn't even bother if they don't release it on that date. Jesus, John, get with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, in all fairness, you can probably reliably count on The Last Guardian will be delayed again yet. And again, and again, forever.
I've already got that little demo level made. Just release that. That'll do me.
Just do like what is it? Was it Silent Hills? Was it like what they did with normal, like Kojima did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Release
just
a
do that.
thing and then cancel it.
Just release like a little level where you can guide the massive terrier or whatever the fuck it is around a bit. It's fine.
It's like a shit hippogriff.
Yeah, it's like a hippogriff, but more of a Westie, because everyone wanted a Westie hippogriff.
I want a Westie. I like Westie hippogriff.
Really? I've never liked
That's
Westies
nice.
that much. They're little old lady dogs.
I'm a little old lady.
That'd suit you, John.
We quite like a Brittany Spaniel. Any form of Spaniel, really. Claire's a fan of Spaniels.
Well, that explains why she's dating you.
But my
How
name
does that
rhymes with
joke...
Spaniel.
What? No. Let's go back to what that reference was. In what way do I resemble a Spaniel?
Weak back legs. Floppy ears.
Yeah.
Fur. You bark. You have to tinkle in a special section of the garden.
Okay, that's true, but other than that...
Oh, right, we're done. That's it. That's the end of the podcast. There's fuck all else to talk about.
Is it? What time is it?
Oh, God, like 45
been an
minutes
hour.
left. It's been an hour. Jesus.
No,
Right,
okay,
what
no.
I think we should do, right, is because we run up for everything, is we should do like a Q&A with a Twitch chat.
In
Yeah.
fairness, I have two other pieces of gaming news to talk about.
What is it? Do it fast, and then just do it fast when we're on break, because nobody cares. It's
Batman the Telltale. Series.
Oh, no one cares. What's next?
It's terrible.
Good,
No,
done.
Okay.
And the new Hitman is shit. Good, right, that's
No,
the
it's
episode
not.
of Game
No,
Section.
no, it's
right,
not.
no, we have to talk
Oh, no, we've
Yeah.
done this!
Look, Hitman has been coming out once a week for the last 7 months. We have to keep talking about it until it's done
Okay.
coming out in another 2 months.
Can we go to a break now, but you guys just talk about that during the break, so I can
No.
go get a drink,
No.
everyone can
Daniel.
wee, and then
This is
the audience
actually a
can-
new
Look.
level. This is actually a new
Dan,
level.
You were the one who said, "Oh, I won't talk much because I've got an ulcer on my tongue." Fuck you! Shut your mouth.
Was that your impression of Dan? Can you do it again?
Hello, no.
Wow.
Hello, procrastinators.
Hello, procrastinators.
Arr.
And welcome to
Matt, that's a terrible
Nerd³
impression of me.
Completes.
Matt, yeah, see, I'm a villain from the 1920s, see?
Remember when I was funny? No, just pirates.
Matt, have you ever heard me speak?
Too much.
And welcome to Nerd3's Hell.
Oh, I'm worried about I've heard every word, like in the dictionary, just through your fucking mouth.
You may have done. I worked out recently that I've done the equivalent of reading the Bible out 9 times
Oh, wow.
in
Well,
word
it's
form. But
probably
I've
just-
actually been... They're all unique words to me, so I could have written the Bible 9 times.
There's
or
probably
said
just
all
as
the
much
words that I
value in
said.
what you've said as well.
Probably less, I would say. Right, talk about Hitman, and then we'll go to a break, and when we come back, Twitch tell us the
I really don't like the new level.
I think it's really good because there's loads of accidents and sniping. Like, there's no sniping in Bangkok, but there's loads of sniping in this. You can snipe if you want, which is good.
I don't care about sniping.
Huh? Sniping's fun. Plus, actually, the one good thing about there being 4 targets is it's quite an interesting challenge to see if you can take out all 4 of them sniper style without being spotted.
I don't mind the 4 targets either.
I think it's actually quite fun to try and do all 4 targets with a silent sniper rifle without being spotted or detected. That's quite
targets.
fun.
Oh, targets. So we got targets, we got Trophy, we got... What else we got?
I can't say the word mafia. I pronounce it mafia.
What the...
I can force myself to say mafia, but like if I'm not thinking, I call it mafia.
I was doing this day before, and someone said you say like Zamonja.
Huh? Yeah,
you say Zamonja. You say outpost Zamonja when it doesn't have a J.
Given that's not a real word, there's not exactly a guaranteed pronunciation that's in the flipping dictionary.
Yeah, but there's no J in it. Where'd you get the J from?
Yes, there is.
Hang on
a minute. Yes, there is. Outpost Zamonja. Yes, there is. Look. Outpost Zimonja, spelt Zimonja. You can tell
saying you pronounced it in a different way. That's totally how you pronounced it. Twitch chat, you were wrong. Thank you.
Well, it's that you trusted a chat on the internet to be correct.
Yes.
Why would you have done that?
Because people are sometimes nice.
Mm-hmm.
You cynical cunt.
Christ, the Twitch mafia's got to you.
But right, okay, I don't like it because it's just a fucking boring piece of shit. Like
it's visually uninteresting, but there's a ton of accidents to do.
Visually uninteresting in military compound.
But it's not really. It's not a military compound in the traditional way that makes Hitman levels suck, like in Hitman 2: Silent Assassin, where there's only one outfit and it's the stupid military outfit and everyone shoots you on sight.
Well, you say about the outfits, but here's one of the only things about the outfits, right?
The thing is, like, the moment you put any outfit on, you might as well just be in a public level, just like in Sapienza, because you can basically wander wherever the bloody hell you want for the most part.
but like, here's the thing, right? In this level, right, you're in a military outfit, so everyone's wearing vaguely similar things. Right, they're all wearing vague militia outfits.
Yeah, there's militia soldier, demolitions expert, militia technician, elite soldier, and the point man, or the whatever the other guys who aren't the point man.
But
the full black guys.
But it's really inconsistent and random who gets where, and I got very annoyed.
No, it's not. The demolitions expert is allowed on the demolitions range, Matt, because you can tell because the clue's in the name. Can you guess where the technician's allowed? Because there's some garages. That's right, the technician's allowed in the garage.
Fuck you. Look, another thing that annoys me is when you're fucking stop typing in the Twitch chat, Dan. It's not boring. Fuck you. We have to sit through you existing. No, right. I get very annoyed because when I was a military man, I walked up into one of the areas that you might be trespassing, and the other militiaman said to me, "Excuse me, sir, you're not allowed in this area. If you do, you'll be prosecuted to the full extent of the law." I went, well, this is clearly not a sound clip that is meant for this level. And sound clips like that are just used all over the level.
I actually didn't see that. I saw a whole bunch of new sound clips that kind of made sense to me. I didn't see that one.
Well, I got like a couple of those, like a lot of ones that were like, "Oh, you're not allowed to be here," like, and "Oh, you can't." Like a lot of things that felt like they were meant for like either a random person or a person at a different level who'd wandered in past a policeman, not literally a bunch of trained mercenaries.
There's
Stop
way more
typing
accidents.
in the chat to each other.
There's way more accidents as well.
What? Stop it.
There's so many.
No.
Okay, how many accents were there in Bangkok?
I don't care. I hate accents.
What do you mean you hate accents? Accents are fun.
I don't like accents.
I haven't played it enough yet to kind of see how people interact with each other. Like, I've seen there's multiple instances where you can set up like 2 people to die in a single accent, which is kind of fun. And my favourite thing is making both like multiple targets die all together or make them kill each other. I haven't found a way to make them kill each other yet, but I bet there is a way to do it because there's a specific conversation saying like, "Oh, this place is a powder keg. If something went wrong, they'd all turn on each other."
Where would you rate it in terms of like compared to the other levels?
It is better than Marrakesh.
Yes.
I'd say it's possibly better than Paris.
No.
I'd probably put it slightly ahead of Paris and kind of drawn level with Bangkok, but way behind Sapienza.
I like Bangkok. Fine, Dan, go on.
Okay, we're done now.
Oh, thank Christ! I lapsed into
You're so much more annoying.
Don't worry.
Not
we will pick up with Hitman news next week when it continues launching. Don't worry. By the end of this year, it will be done.
I fucking
It's like
hate this
Hitman
game.
coming
You've
out is
actually
like an
made
old
me hate this game.
Hitman coming out is like an old man having a wee. It's just been coming out in little tiny bits and spurts. And as an old man who occasionally has to have a wee, let me tell you, it takes a bloody while.
No, I agree.
It really has been coming out a long time.
Well,
really
someone who
annoying.
massages the prostate regularly. I have no problems
It's like
there.
it's taken as long as someone trying to have sex in space.
Oh, no, Dan, I agree with you, and that's really annoying how like a drip feedy it is. But like me and John think it's a good game, so you can go fuck yourself.
Whoa, you're fired.
That's fine.
That's fine. You can't
he
find
deserves
me.
I can. Can I?
I don't think you
Be able
can.
to. Let's test. You're
You
fired.
can set fire to them.
Oh, it deflected off you. Matt's been fired again. Oh,
I know. Am I just
Oh,
like,
that
is that,
works.
am I unfired? Is it like a double?
Sorry,
negative thing?
I was genuinely watching the alpha video on Geeks and Sundry, and it turns out
God.
Tabletop, they're releasing the first 2 episodes on YouTube, and then the rest will come out later next year. Okay, thanks. It's $5.99 a month.
That's quite high.
Yeah, that's really high.
Matt,
I mean, they combined 2 channels together, but like fucking Netflix is that much.
You ever seen like Motor Trend? Ever had a Motor Trend?
What's that?
Motor Trend, it's a car channel. They do like car reviews and they do like some like Top Gear style
I remember you
shows.
telling me, yes.
But like what they ended up doing is they made their own site, right, which was a subscription based site, which was that plus like races and like loads of other like car content, like probably more shit than the Rui network, but like car shit, right? And it was basically just you pay for this. Most of the all the shows we already have on YouTube are still going to come on YouTube, but they'll be like a week later because they're very expensive to make.
Yeah.
Because like full camera crews, everything, and everyone hates it, and I don't get why because it is actually fair enough. But like £6 for fucking Tabletop, which is a relatively low production budget and everything, feels a bit.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, John?
what decisions did you make in Batman Episode 2? I want to know if we agreed with each other on stuff.
I killed the dwarf, and I thought Mrs. Lattiser had done it, so I kicked her out the window.
Did you
Elon Musk,
snog
by the way,
Selena Kyle? Is your Batman trying to snog Selena Kyle?
Hang on, nobody told me that the Mars spacecraft, Elon Musk spacecraft that's going to Mars is going to be called the Heart of Gold.
That's terrible. John.
What do you mean that's terrible? That's amazing. It's a Hitchhiker's reference.
God, look.
We're sending a Hitchhiker's reference to
He's
Mars.
a nerd. He is a nerd. Look, John.
Yes.
I tried to kiss Selena Kyle, and I saved Harvey.
Why would you save Harvey? If
Well,
his
you know what
face
happens
gets
to-
burnt off, you can get together with Selena because he doesn't have a face
Okay,
anymore.
you know what happens to Selena if
I'm
you save
playing the
Harvey?
long game.
Okay, you know what happens to Selena if you save Harvey?
Yeah, she gets shot and runs off and therefore doesn't like you.
Well, you say this, but in the preview of the next episode, it shows her doing the same, you know what I want scene.
Yeah, but in that case, it's revenge. In my case, it's the bat penis.
Is it? Because I feel like knowing this game, everything's pretty inconsequential.
Yeah, but possibly in the end, she'll go back to Harvey, but she can't go back to Harvey in mine because Harvey doesn't have a face anymore.
Yeah,
Well, he
but
has
the
half a
implica-
face.
Yeah, but the implication
Arguably,
is both.
he has two faces.
Yeah,
There
but
could
the
be a name in that somewhere.
But the implication
it's
is both
bad,
ways.
don't
He is the new identity. Half
No.
face.
The implication is that
I'm not
no
sure.
one-
Maybe we should. Oh, that would be amazing. You know, like at the beginning where you get like to choose what Harvey's slogan is. Wouldn't it be amazing if in the third part you get to choose what Harvey's new identity is? Now his face has been burnt off. You could choose either Two-Face or Half-Face.
What a damn
I
fine.
would love that.
Look, right. It seems, regardless of whether Harvey actually gets half his face burnt or not, the same thing happens. He either becomes
Half-face.
Two-Face, like emotionally, or not. It doesn't seem to make a difference.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
discussion
care.
happened on the Corruptional podcast as well, and I didn't care then.
Okay, Dan, right. It's a bad game. It's a really bad game. You know why it's a really bad game?
Uh-huh.
Because it plays itself.
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's things don't have. The thing is, it tells you to make. The whole point is that you make choices, but choices don't matter if immediately after you make a choice, like people just die anyway. So the choices have no consequence, which regularly happens. You don't know whether it is or isn't going to happen.
And
Like
there's a
you have to
common
make
thing-
all these choices about how you treat Falcone in episode 1 and 2, and then he just dies, and it doesn't matter.
No, the problem is it went from like a puzzle adventure game with choices in to a choose your own adventure book.
That's
with,
true,
like-
actually. There wasn't any real puzzling in episode
No, not a
2.
single
Episode
puzzle.
1, there was a tiny bit of puzzling, which was kind of interesting. I
No.
thought it was going to get... But episode
Okay.
2, it was just linked things together, and it doesn't
Yeah, you know
matter
what one of the
you
fucking
link to
gameplay
what.
things was, Dan? You watch a cutscene, right? Bruce Wayne gets his phone out and goes, I better send this over, and it stops, and it tells you to press the up arrow so you swipe up on your phone.
But like in the first episode,
Video
there was
games.
detectiving. There was actual detectiving where you had to figure out which clue was linked to which other bit of the room. But that didn't really happen in episode 2 because you'd link anything to anything in the fight scene. It didn't matter. There was no detecting.
Yeah, but you can.
If they brought that back to detecting, that'd be fine.
Yeah, but in the fight scenes, John, you can choose what animations you want to look at.
I completely missed that Selena Kyle was up in the ceiling, so you could tie her to anything. I missed that.
Makes no difference. One of the things I quite enjoy as well is that when the QTEs come up, like 90% of them, if you miss them, the exact same thing happens. It doesn't.
What actually happens if you don't fill up your bat meter when the fight's scheduled to end?
As far as I know, you can just do it anyway.
I haven't actually seen that.
Well, as far as I know, it just fills up regardless throughout the fight. It just fills up. It doesn't matter what you do, it just fills up.
No, it doesn't fill up if you miss the cue. It fills up by getting it correct, I think.
I don't know. It just really...
It's nowhere near as good as Life is Strange.
I missed like 90% of the dialogue options because I wasn't really playing it. I just sort of had it on while building Lego, and then I sort of went, oh, there's a dialogue option I missed, and it didn't make a difference. Terrible. Awful game.
It's not that
Telltale,
bad.
stop
It's
being
all right.
lazy.
Admit it was way too short. Episode 2 was really short.
Telltale, if you want to make an animated movie, make an animated movie. Don't just pretend it's a game.
Bad chat.
It's not a game. It's just an animated movie that they think we want to make an animated movie, but we only do games development. We better make a game. How are we going to make a game? We better put an up arrow in occasionally. Right? Okay. Awful. No, it's not. It'd be a fine movie. The story's interesting, but fucking as a game, it's terrible. Oh my god! What?
I'm just ignoring you because Batman's awesome.
He is.
See, that was he's just boring tit in a suit.
Anyway,
Anyway, let's take a break before my eyes explode into piss. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll do some questions and answers because oh my god, there's nothing to talk about and we've been gone for 2 weeks.
We haven't even discussed the Firewatch film yet. There's a film of Firewatch. That was it actually.
Dan?
Okay, we've covered the Firewatch film.
Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Can you please explode piss out your eyes? Because I really want to see that. That was the worst sound effect you could have possibly made. It wasn't wet enough.
Yeah, well, I have particularly dry piss.
Do you?
It's like fine, crisp Chardonnay.
That really hurt my eyes.
And I think to myself, what a lovely piss break. Ooh. Thank you.
Now, during that 10-minute interval, Hitman has launched 2 new elusive targets and one escalation contract. So let's just quickly discuss those.
No.
So what do you think of the slightly new, different pistol in Hitman?
Ooh, which one? I like the new 14th silent assault weapon better than the 13th silent assault weapon from Bangkok.
Because I quite like the gold pistol over the pistol with the camo grey.
That does literally what the Silver Warlord did, but worse.
Yes.
Oh, I love that one, yeah.
Yeah.
They've just upped its ammo. I think they've just upped the clip size to 10, making it still smaller and more useless than the Silver Baller, but just marginally less useless. It's still more useless, but less so than it was. Well done.
I was joking, but we generally had a conversation about that bit. So.
Yeah, actually, that was true. All of that was true. That wasn't made up. That was true. Fucking
look who's joined us, Mr. Total Biscuit. No memes here, thank you. What? What? Don't fucking sigh. We're talking about.
Keep talking about that bloody game. It'll never come out. It'll never end.
It'll never end.
It's coming out. It's soon done. There's only one more episode.
The funny thing is, though, Dan. The funny thing is, right? It's only one more episode of season 1. They have 3 seasons planned.
That's true.
It'll never end, Dan. We were talking about this in a year and a half's time.
Do you think Reynard will be assassinated in Japan? Do you think he's going to be in the next series too?
Don't know who that is. Nor
the
do
grey
I care.
guy. The grey guy in all the cutscenes.
I don't care.
I want to know what the secret backstory is after the thing.
You know, it's funny that we started this as a joke, but now we are just genuinely joking.
I think the target in episode 6 is going to be Olivia What's-Her-Face, and then he'll be in the next series.
Dan, what did you want to do? Just get
What do I want to do? I want to talk about anything but bloody Hitman. Oh, Gordon. But it's just the... it takes up such a amount. I've spent more time listening to you talk about it than I will ever do play it.
Yeah, but you hate fun now.
Yeah.
I do hate fun. I've only been playing that really boring, serious cluster truck all week long.
Oh,
That came out
love
yesterday.
I love that.
That was fun. I made a video for that yesterday. That was great.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I don't know whether I'd be able to play it for more than a few hours. To be honest, I'm not sure how much replayability.
I played it for 2.5 hours, straight.
Yeah, that's what I'd do to make a video. But I'm not sure whether I'd necessarily want to go back and play it some more after that.
No, I started doing really fucking speed running. You know, the whole I get jumping off and then throwing a truck and then landing on the truck in midair and then boosting towards the top without landing on a single truck. It's really hard.
You know what game I just discovered the other day that I think's quite good? Civilization 5.
Is it as good as Civilization 2? Because that's the only one I've ever played, really.
It's very good. It's an excellent game.
I've bought all of them and I've literally never booted up any of them. I'm like,
I never got around to Civilization 5 to the other week, but it's really good.
We should do a special edition podcast where we just play Civ 5 for 2 hours.
That wouldn't be a podcast, that would just be a live stream.
Can we play Alpha Centauri instead? Because I think it's better.
It's basically the same. It's the same. No, I played Alpha Centauri and it's the same.
It's better because Alpha Centauri says, "Don't go. The drones need you. They look up to you." Every time you try and quit the game, and it freaks you out.
It's interesting though because when I was playing that, I didn't need a tutorial because it is the same but more basic than Civ 5. It's the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really excited for Civ 6.
Yeah.
Civ 6 is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for Dawn of War 3.
No, yeah, I had great fun with that. The devs tweeted about how I was having a go with it on Saturday when I wasn't there. When I wasn't fucking there. As I spent the next 2 hours trying to figure out who was at EGX pretending to be me.
Was someone legitimately pretending to be at EGX?
No, it turned out that they'd actually it was a different YouTuber called John and they just got confused.
Oh,
and they just thought it was the Many a True Nerd John, but it wasn't. It was someone else. But they literally tweeted the back of someone's head saying, "Thanks, Many a True Nerd, for coming and checking out Dawn of War 3." Who's that bastard? Who is currently at EGX pretending to be me? But it turned out to be an innocent mistake. I thought for a couple of hours, is someone actually going around at EGX right now trying to pretend to be me, possibly trying to scam review code out of devs? That was great fun.
That's quite sad.
It was me, John! It was me! I was John for that time. Maybe not.
You can tell by the really nasally annoying voice.
Shut your face. Shut your face in its eyes. We should do a Q&A. Twitch chat. Throw questions for John, Matt. Not Matt. John or me. We're the important ones here. We're the main characters.
That's fair.
Matt's the one that if he got killed off, it would be a sad moment, but you'd move on. And it wouldn't be like a series finale. It'd be like an episode 8 sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
John's
a good...
Hang on.
There's different layers. Like, you're kind of Rachel. I'm Phoebe, and Matt's Janice.
Am I Tasha Yar in this scenario?
Okay, fine. You can be Chandler. That's fine.
No, I like Tasha Yar.
Oh yeah, but she gets killed in episode not at the end of the season, and
you're like that guy I can't remember the name of from Broadwalk Empire.
Great, good.
I don't remember his name.
Captain Empire.
Sure.
Steve Broadwalk.
Steve Broadwalk.
Oh, Jesus.
He named it after himself. He named his own empire after himself.
Yeah, you're Steve Broadwalk, apparently.
Right.
Oh, good.
Popular person there.
Good. Matt, you could do a thing. You can ask questions, Matt. He's also here. So Matt's actually going to be the moderator, though. So, if he just wants to ask himself questions about himself, then he can do that.
Are we allowed to play by US election rules, where if someone asks us about something we've done, we're just allowed to say we didn't do it, and that's that?
Dan, remember that time when you said all black people should die? How would you like to comment on that?
Wrong.
But
didn't happen.
We're on record right
Didn't
here
happen. Didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Wrong.
Didn't happen.
Wrong.
Stop. Are you doing a George Bush impression, John? Or,
generic American.
No, it's not even. It's like Southern. You're just doing what are you doing? What you're doing? Bush or you're doing fucking Clinton?
All Americans sound the same. It's fine. Didn't happen.
Oh, we gotta get
Americans.
We gotta get the taxes raised.
That's not American. That's
Bill
not the
Clinton.
American way. That sounds communist.
It sounded Welsh, to be perfectly honest.
I did
Right,
not
right.
have sexual
Fucking
relations
Socialist Republic of
with
Wales.
that lady.
Do we have any questions? I was going to check my Twitter, but my Twitter doesn't receive things anymore. I just talk.
What
from that
locations
point.
would you like to see in the next Hitman?
Ah!
Real question there from the chat.
Dan, please release your tax returns, asked someone in the chat.
User disconnected from your channel. Jesus.
Dan, are you under audit? Is that why?
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
you know,
actually, yeah.
You know, if you're under audit, that doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, I've got to reveal my birth certificate because people don't believe me when I say I'm me. That's because I spent so long pretending to be John at EGX.
Dan, I look, right, Dan, I have proof. A very reliable source tells me you were actually born in
Oh, good. Wow, that's
Portugal.
something. Oh, whoa.
You're a dirty Portuguese immigrant.
Yeah, Hardcastle, that very Portuguese surname.
Yeah, I know.
They're all called famous. They're famous.
Are they?
That McCormick and Hardcastle, that very famous Portuguese show. Paul Hardcastle used to sing songs about being Portuguese. The Hardcastles from Waiting for God, didn't they have a Hardcastle? I can't fucking remember now.
John, I have a question here for
There was a
you.
reference to a Mr. Hardcastle in... Was it Only Fools and Horses? Or was it Porridge that had a reference in a thing? I think it might have been Only Fools and Horses. There was a reference to a Mr. Hardcastle as a general union leader type figure. I can't remember. It's one of my old favourite sitcom things.
I'm sorry, there's a question here which I realise we haven't actually... It's some game news we haven't actually mentioned at all.
Oh, God.
Palmer Luckey being a total Trump meme lord.
I don't care.
That's just kind of sad, really, isn't it?
It
like,
is, isn't it? Yeah.
It's not like I don't really like. I'm not angry and I don't care. It's not because I have a vibe, not the opposite. It's just kind of. It's slightly pathetic that a grown man with all that opportunity and money and influence has decided that what he's going to do is dedicate his time and money to trying to encourage teenagers to be twats on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, I get the
just
whole thing from
really
the teenager side, because it's like the whole, oh, you're a teenager, you do the, you do your, I don't know, whatever the hell teenagers do.
It's just slightly tragic and sad.
But it's like a rebellion for a teenager. It's a mini rebellion, like, oh, this guy's like shit, and I understand that, so I'm going to be like his best friend and tweet about how awesome he is, and I understand that that's a thing, and that's why a lot of Trump supporters are just idiots trying to rebel. But supporting that financially? That
And
dude
then,
bought MySpace shares. I think that's
And just when you think you can't get more pathetic, at that point, like, the community in R the Donald actually said, actually, we don't care and we don't like him and we don't want him here. I mean, Christ, when R the Donald says, no, he's too toxic, we don't want him, you have to really rethink your life at that point.
Okay, John, I've got a question for you here.
Yes.
John, what's your fab to show?
So repeat that. You kind of said it in Liverpudlian and I've no idea what half those words were.
John,
Yes.
what's your fab to show?
Do you have any idea what Matt
I
is
don't
saying?
think it might be a you.
JOHN space WHAT
there's a mistake
apostrophe
already.
S space UR space FAB space TO space SHOW question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark.
Fab to show.
What's your fab to show? Yes.
Good luck, Jump. John, for £10,000.
What is your fab?
What is your fab to
I want to
show?
point out I put that in Google just to save it, like just as a quick thing, and everything that came up was the Beatles.
Interesting.
I quite like Gordon Ramsay's Hotel Hell. That's really good, especially when he goes to Americans and he swears at them and they swear at him. That's my favourite fab to
Sorry,
show.
John, you actually misinterpreted the question.
Damn it!
You failed.
Was it not my... Are you sure that wasn't my fave TV show?
Fab 2 show?
Your
I'm
fab
pretty
to
sure
show?
that must have been my fave TV show, and I do really quite enjoy Gordon Ramsay's Hotel Hell.
No, actually, your FAB stands for your financially abused broker, and you must have many as you're old and rich. So which is your favourite on the show? And go, it's good, this guy have a load of money. That's what the question was
Old
really
and
asking.
rich?
Yeah.
Old and flipping rich?
Yeah, you're a YouTuber. You're rolling in YouTube money.
Oh, dear.
Next question.
Claire actually told me that, like, at a recent kind of conference she was attending for BookTube, so specifically the kind of corner of YouTube that just discusses books, which is obviously, it's a lot smaller than the gaming space, just because there's fewer people wanting to kind of hear people talk about books on YouTube. And someone actually kind of like sat up and got really angry during a panel saying that people who did book hauls, where they just talk about books they've been sent by publishers, were only doing it for the money. This is a corner of YouTube where like the biggest people there have 20,000 subscribers. And they were being accused of only doing this particular type of video just for the money, and they were getting rich off doing book courses. So apparently the poor booktubers were just sitting there, kind of shaking their heads sadly and not sure whether to be angry or sad.
Hashtag book whores.
Yeah.
Next question. What are both of your favourite games to play, not as a recording thing, just for fun in your spare time?
Rome Total War 1, the original Rome Total War.
I like Planet Coaster.
Have you seen that it's got crashes in it now?
Yes.
That was the
I'm
best
never
trailer.
Going to use those.
Just this big slow motion flab.
I do a good job. Actually, I'm playing. The reason I've started a Prison Architect series is because I really actually want to run that for as long as I can. Like, I actually want to stick with a level of that for hours and hours and hours. So that's my excuse. Sometimes I use recording as an excuse to play a game.
When you say when you say complete Prison Architect, does Prison Architect have a complete state?
No, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 didn't either, John.
What?
Yeah,
but that the computer broke because it couldn't handle it anymore. Prison Architect is everything that's going to happen.
I'll get to a point where whatever story I end up telling ends, and I'll stop there.
That's fair enough. That's how I ended Stellaris. That's fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I did with everything.
You just find the logical point.
So what? Do the Mexicans take over the kitchen from fucking Captain Janeway, and then?
You could literally put it into breakout mode and actually just stage a breakout of your own prison.
I might do that. I mean,
that might be fun.
Now, spoiler warning for slightly later on in this series, but I've already solved my first prison. It didn't last too long. I made a few mistakes. Let's put it this way, to the point I'm on, there's been more than one death. So, I'm not the best at it, but I'm having a great time.
There's not supposed to be death in Prison Architect? Oh, I've been playing it wrong.
Hey, Dan, do you remember when you spoiled the entirety of your Saints Row 3 series by revealing before the characters started changing that they were going to change every episode?
I never did a Saints Row 3 series, but I understand.
2?
Yeah,
there we go.
Saints Row 2. That much just going, I never said Saints Row 3.
No, I never said that.
Yeah, but nobody cared, because nobody remembers things like that. I find that I can reveal little bits like that don't really matter, and then just have nice endings. I like the way I ended that series, the cut to black. That's a cool thing. I enjoy that. I enjoy making a good ending. So yeah, when I come up with a good ending for it, then I'll end it. This one's going to go on for a bit longer, and then Planet Coaster's going to go on for as long as my computer can take it. So that might last months. So good luck with that. Hope that gets views, otherwise I'm going to kill my channel.
Oh, well, it's fine. I'm sorry?
I said, no, but I was drinking when I did it.
Okay, good.
Someone asked if my current computer continued playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. It wasn't my computer that had the issue, it was literally the game.
Yeah, it's like it can't support maps over 3 gigs or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's like a size limit and it just dies.
Even though you'd only filled up like maybe a fifth of the actual available park space with stuff.
Back quarter, I think, was completely full and decorated properly.
No, okay, you have to understand, right? If Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 actually ran in the same engine as a Fallout 4 settlement.
Yeah, that's true. It's just there's limits in place just to stop you doing things. Anyway, let's do more questions because this is actually getting us interesting content.
Rim World or Stellaris, and why?
That's for John.
Huh? Stellaris. I love Stellaris, and I think
RimWorld's
okay, but I think it desperately needs a better tutorial. Though I'm told there is a tutorial that's better now, but I just like Stellaris because I like the massive sense of scale and wonder and exploration and discovery. It feels big, even though it's actually very, very small. It is a tiny set of train sets that feels massive and epic, and that's a really impressive trick to have pulled with what's technically a very small game.
That's how you explain it to your space wife.
I like train sets. I like space game. I really want to give it a go, but I'm scared I'm going to lose a lot of hours to it at the moment. I've got no fucking free time. So I'm really, really, really want to do it. Like, anytime I go on and get my space kick, I boot up Star Trek Armada 3, the mod for Sins of a Solar Empire, and I get like 2 or 3... I do a 2 or 3 on 1, where I'm on in the 2 or 3, and we're playing as the Federation, and then I put like a super hard Borg on the other side of the fucking map, and I've not won it yet. I think I've won it once. It's impossible. The Borg are so overpowered in that. It's great. So it's basically a try and survive until the Borg turn up and then like actually actively attack them. It's good fun. That's what I do for my space kick.
I'd like to play Stellaris, but I think when I
Oh, question. Sorry, a side note. Because I keep seeing Rimworld, and I always think it's Rimmerworld, and that's not a thing. Did anybody watch the new Red Dwarf?
I haven't yet, no.
It's really good. It's really good. The first 2 episodes are out actually online. You can watch them online.
Where?
But the first 2 episodes are out on the UK TV Play website. You need a login, but the one that I had for the Dave website for when Red Dwarf aired originally still works, and I was quite chuffed about.
I will do that.
Yeah, so it's the first episode. I think there's something slightly off about, like, they both end on a slightly weird note. They don't quite finish properly, but they actually do some interesting stuff. I think the second one had like a proper sci-fi thing to it.
Is it like, because I remember when I watched Red Dwarf and I got to season 9 and went, this is suddenly terrible, and stopped watching.
Well, series 9 which never doesn't exist.
The second whatever season they got rid of the laugh track in when it went weird.
7.
That one.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. When it came back with Red Dwarf 10, it was very season 1 and 2, where they were just on the ship and they were just chatting about stuff. But this new series feels like it could easily fit in like 4, 5, 6, which is like primetime Red Dwarf, when it's at its best, and it was interesting sci-fi and good character stuff. And so it felt like watching this Red Dwarf. I was like, this shit is perfect. And there are some super solid jokes in there. Like actual, I laughed out loud while sitting there on my own.
That's quite sad.
But that's like my sign of a really good joke. Yeah. Like, because laughter is a social thing. The more people there are, the more likely you are to laugh. That's why, like, Jimmy Fallon has 7 million people in his audience, all crammed in there, because he's an unfunny fuckbag. But, sorry. I've been on a Craig Ferguson bent, really, where I've been watching loads of old Craig Ferguson. That guy is a fucking genius. Here's one of my... I did a tweet of... Because it was Jimmy Fallon who did the whole... Had Trump on his show, but, like, ruffled his hair. It was like, ooh, silly. It was Jimmy Fallon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I did a tweet about... like, how other, like, late-night hosts would have handled that. And I said that Conan would probably have been quite fun, but Craig Ferguson would have stabbed him. And Craig Ferguson liked that tweet. And I've never been more proud. It made me so happy. I was like, oh, Craig Ferguson liked that tweet. Oh, okay. Yeah, well,
what a guy.
I guess I was right then. He is like, if you know Craig Ferguson is American, he's Scottish, but he moved to America, and I believe he became American. That happens if you move to America for too long. But he is like...
But he still sounds Scottish.
Superb. He still sounds Scottish, but he was... okay, let me say this. He used to be in a heavy metal band with Peter Capaldi, and he has a TARDIS on his desk in every single interview. He's amazing. He completely changed the late night format into something that's actually very YouTube, and it's very personal and intimate.
I did favourite it.
And yeah, he genuinely did favourite it.
He's only favorited 260 things.
Wow.
And that was one of them.
Wow.
And it doesn't even like tag him. He was just searching his name and found it.
I think a few people sent it to him was the thing. But yeah, so if you want to look up, there's some great stuff on YouTube. Just Craig Ferguson. He brought a lot of like surrealness to it. He also had a wonderful song and dance number to the Doctor Who theme song. He's a big Doctor Who nerd. And he's like an ex-alcoholic, so he has wonderful stories where he just, like, he has cold opens that, like, quarter of an hour long, where he just sits there and just talks about, like, hey, this celebrity's being laughed at for going into rehab, and we really should stop doing that, because that's a person, and they're actually trying to change their lives. He's genuinely a great person as well.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Like him.
Question for you.
Oh, question for him, yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned before that you have Stanley Parable video that you haven't uploaded yet as a backup. How many other videos do you have as backups?
Let me find out, because it's many. Because basically, I record stuff as if I'm not going to get any review code, and then if review code does show up, then I just shut the stuff I've recorded out in favour of flipping that. What do we have that's coming up later? I have a 3-part visual novel just waiting in the wings. A mini-series of FTL. a small indie game by Curve Digital. This War of Mine, a two-parter.
Why do you have this many? This is a lot of...
Oh, God,
a small
I wish I had
indie
that
game.
many.
Oh, Monster Loves You, three-parter. Hunter Primal, which is a crappy little hunting game.
Hang on. You make like 2 videos a day that are fully edited, like an hour long, and how do you have this? How do you have all of these?
Stanley Parable's already been mentioned.
John?
Yes?
Are you dead?
No, sometimes I feel like it a bit, but we're fine. It's all good.
Have you overworked yourself to the point that you're like physically vomiting every day? Or
I'm not physically vomiting every day. Just the key is to just work quite long hours 7 days a week. That's how you do more work.
That's also how
my
you...
plan.
I mean, yeah, but... John...
Yeah?
I feel like you're going a bit far with it, though.
It's fine. I can
you.
make time back because Fallout can be relatively easy to do because I can do Fallout like 2 parts in a single day. And then that's 2 days videos covered.
Well, no, but I thought Fallout took you ages because of all the death chat to edit out. Bringing up old jokes.
Ask me that question. Ask me that question because it's interesting.
Dan, how many backup videos do you have?
I am editing tomorrow's video in the background of this podcast.
Hey!
I actually have...
I am genuinely worried there won't be a video on Saturday because I am so fucking busy.
Hey, chat. Guess which between Dan and John, guess which one of them has chronic fatigue syndrome?
The next day for which I don't yet have a video ready is Sunday's episode of New Vegas is recorded but not edited, and Monday's episode of Fallout 4 Survival has not yet been recorded. But the videos for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday of next week are already ready.
I've got a plan. Fuck off.
Okay, right. So I tend to be about a week and a half ahead of my complete series. So I've done up to episode like 12 of Prison Architect. My play stuff, I tend to try and be a week ahead, but at the moment, because I've been sorting out houses and stuff, I'm literally doing it on the day, and it's really stress. And that's why the videos have been good recently. I've really been enjoying them, because I'm like, I need to get this video done by the end of today. I wonder if I could edit in a Google Maps and have a little train animate across, and then have
I legitimately laughed out loud at that.
That was cute, yeah.
I think the Antarctic bit with the nice fast...
Yeah, it's stuff like that I had. Like the tomorrow's video, I hope you enjoy me singing, because there's a lot of that in that episode. I play Farm Expert 2017. Remember that one where the music only played when I was inside the tractor?
Oh, God, yeah. They keep emailing me. They keep emailing me just to let you know it's still out. And I'm like, yeah, no. I know.
Well, Jesus. I've done a video on the new one, and it's a lot of singing. Very little farming. And, yeah.
Wait, is that the one with the terrain deformation?
Yeah, I didn't find any terrain deformation. I found very unusual terrain, but you'll see that in the thing.
I think I marked it to you as it had terrain deformation.
You did. I was like, that sounds interesting, and then I just fucked around in it. Because, I don't know, I was in a fuck you around.
Apparently it's got full terrain deformation like spin tires, but it's a farming game, and that makes sense in a farming game.
Yeah, it's, as far as I can tell, it doesn't.
Well, fair enough.
It's got my favourite feature ever, which is your tractor can't sit still. Like, when you're driving it, it bubbles up and down, like the wheels like go up and down like you're on rough terrain, even if you're on, like, a road. And it's like just shaking and janking all over the place. If you hold on forward, you just shake off the edge. It's great. So good. So good.
Accurate farming simulation.
It's so good. Yeah, the Dat Cube channel, we're about a week ahead. It tends to vary a little.
But Steve's a responsible adult.
He is the most responsible of us all. On the IRL channel, I'm like done every video up until the middle of October. However, the toys ones, so not the Lego one, just the straight toys ones, I've got done till December. Like, I got those just, like, done in a day, and I was like, I'm just gonna fucking do these. So, yeah, they just went, whoomph, done. We'll get those done. But actually, what I do with those now is I, like, find interesting stuff, and I put those videos early, and then move them all around. So I actually had done them until sort of mid-November, and I pushed it back, like, a few weeks, because I found, like, Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I've got a couple of videos I made back in November that haven't been released yet.
Yeah, that's
almost a year old now, and they still haven't been gone out because they just keep getting shoved out. In fact, I just said I've got the videos for next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday ready. Literally, I just looked at my email and I've just received 2 bits of review code saying, okay, fine, that's happening next week then. So that's That's three videos that have now just been shoved back into the backlog, and I now don't have anything for next week, so I need to record stuff that's literally just arrived. This is what happens a lot. This is why the backlog is so big, because I record stuff and then new stuff arrives and displaces.
Yeah, it's sort of I wish I don't know, for like the play stuff. I kind of like. I wish I was further ahead. That's what I like. My stress levels get higher is when the play stuff isn't ahead, because I don't need to spend a day doing one, but I spend like a day doing it. Like it's a day job. Like I sit down, I record it in the morning, I edit it through, and then like by midnight it's done. Because I go over it like so many times now, and I just like shine them up, and I make sure they're perfect, and every cut is in like the exact frame. Like everything is now to. Before I used to do it to like rough cuts, and now everything is like one frame, like perfect. I go one frame either side and test it. And I'm like,
when I tried to do kind of that style of video, I used to do the same thing, and it was just like, you know, from 7 a.m. to like fucking 2 a.m.
Yeah,
constant.
Yeah, so I got 3 days of doing those. I got one day where I do like about 5 or 6 of the complete stuff. I've then got another day where I get through all of Dad's stuff. I've got another day where I do toys things, and then I've got another day where I upload extra bits like podcast streams and stuff, and then do like other admin work. I've got another day where I do game stuff. I've got another day where I do writing. So those 9 or 10 days I have to fit into a week every week.
I like that. John.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever spoke about my process before. I don't discuss my process.
There's a reason for that.
It's a reason because it's so fucking boring.
Yeah. John. When are you doing the Nuka World Level 1 challenge?
Probably, I don't know if it's going to be after survival or during, but not imminently.
There we go. There's your answer.
That's a short answer, John.
Maybe after survival's done, but that's probably going to be quite a long way away. Then I'll do that as a little kind of side thing, as a once a week thing. Because after survival's done, we'll probably move Fallout 4 down to like 1 a week rather than 2.
Whoa.
John.
Whoa.
Do you ever feel like, John, that perhaps you're actually literally living in the world of Fallout?
Sometimes, yes, but all I need to do now is come up with enough different challenge runs for Fallout 4 that I can keep Fallout 4 going until Fallout 5 comes out.
Have you done a blindfolded run yet?
No. I've always wanted to do one of those for Mass Effect 1, because it's actually a game I think I would know well enough to be able to do blindfolded.
Yeah, then one fuck up in a loading screen, or one
NPC
NPC in the wrong
place. I think I could genuinely play Mass Effect 1 blindfolded. I could at least get to the end of Eden Prime blindfolded.
I want to see that, John.
What do you do like when you're doing the Mako and shit? Like, how would you...
There's no Mako before the end of Eden Prime, Matt.
You said the whole game. You said the whole
Actually,
game.
the Mako wouldn't be that difficult to do, because the only plot essential bits of the Mako is they're actually pretty linear. All you need to do would be go soldier, basically just know the series of keys to just keep upgrading the assault rifle and just destroy everything with the assault rifle. Then you just use good headphones for sound tracking and know what the levels are like perfectly. Wouldn't be that bad.
I'm not even there. Dan.
Hello.
How many times has Rebecca cringed when outside with you?
Fair for you. The other day, Rebecca was tweeting me, like tweeting what I was doing while out on a shop with her, and I had no idea.
Yes, I saw that. It was great.
Yeah, you did that, didn't you? Yeah. Sorry, we're having a stare off. But I'm guessing from those tweets a fair bit. I like to make little jokes and stuff as I go around.
I mean, from the couple of times I've been around you in person, it is a constant thing, really, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You just sort of do stuff. It's like, oh god.
Yeah.
It's like a child.
Yeah.
Like an actual, literal child.
Yeah.
John.
Yes.
What is your personal hell?
This.
Oh, my personal hell is being in a queue at a self-service kiosk where everyone is an utter idiot who has no idea how to use a self-service kiosk, and basically they do things such as getting the things, scanning them, and then putting them into the bottom of the bagging area, but not pulling out a bag and putting them into the bag. Instead, they just put them into the thing, and then at the end, when they're done, they very, very slowly take them one by one out of the bagging area and put them into a bag in the bagging area again and do other stupid things. Like, I can't stand watching people use self-service kiosks when they don't know how. I find it genuinely distressing.
You know, I used a self-service post office kiosk the other day, like to ship something.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman who was supervising them got very angry at me.
Did you do it wrong?
Well, no, I kind of went to it, and then it asked, like, for her to come over and do, because it was an option that required, like, some assistance. But she ended up just frustratingly doing the whole thing. It wasn't like I was doing it wrong, but she's clearly seen enough people do it wrong that she really didn't want to risk that, and it kind of defeats the point of self-service checkout machines, really, doesn't it?
Mm.
Anyway.
I think that might be my personal hell. If I had to, just kind of be in an endless queue of watching old, incompetent people trying to use self-service kiosks when they've no idea how, that would probably be it.
There we go. Done.
Or the world's biggest airport. I despise airports.
I like airports.
Calm down, Trump. Jesus.
We've got terrible airports in this country. We're like a third world nation. We need to fix them.
Yeah, exactly. We're a third world.
I'd hate that once you're beyond like the security gate, you can't go outside. You're kind of trapped.
A lot have like outside balconies.
I've never seen one in like the London airports.
Oh yeah, but that's London, isn't it? Outside doesn't exist in London. Do you know, actually, no, Trump didn't say like a third world country. He said the airport's like a third world country, and then he said we're a third world country. And he specifically, after saying that, he said a separate statement is we're a third world country because he doesn't like the airports. Even though he doesn't go in them. Anyway, Dan.
Hello.
I mean, America does also have the child mortality rates of a third world country.
True.
Slightly behind that of Cuba.
And the shooting murders. Yeah.
Well done there, America, for having child mortality rates slightly behind Cuba's.
Greatest country in the world! Dan.
Hello.
Are you secretly Hitler? If not, why not?
Because I wasn't dealt the card.
Reference. Took me a second, but I got it.
Thank you. Is that the level of questions we're at now, is it?
Well, yeah, I mean, they always get pretty shit, don't they? Another question for Dan. Dan, what games do you and Rebecca regularly play together?
We kind of vary between things. Like, yesterday we were playing some Viscera cleanup detail. It's quite fun. Because we literally, right, we were like, we got to tidy the house. It can't be fucked. Let's play a game where we tidy.
Tidy.
And then you just sitting there, and we're like, fuck this up, didn't we? Should have just tidied the house. No, I don't know. We're playing Don't Starve for a bit. Don't Starve Together thing on the old console. I have an issue with that, though. Even though I've got a nice telly, I struggle to see the fucking icons because they're so small. They are so tiny. They're really hard to see. My vision is shitty. We're playing Diablo 3 as well. I really like Diablo 3. I'm having a good time with that because I get to play as a wizard who fires laser beams, and I'm all about firing laser beams. That's my thing. And Binding of Isaac is a really fun cop as well. That's good stuff. Oh, and we played the shit out of Overcooked to the point now we like fucking 2 Gordon Ramsays. We get who would get along. So maybe like 1 Gordon Ramsay. I think Gordon Ramsay's favorite person is Gordon Ramsay. But like we just fucking like desperate. We've gone through the whole game and 3-starred everything and just fuck yeah. We need more. We want more, guys. Guys who made Overcooked. We want more DLC, please.
Question for both of you.
Well, me and Rebecca, all right.
Will there be any more collabs on either of your channels?
What we do?
Yes, I want to
question.
do a fun space game, and it's going to involve Matt and Claire and possibly someone else too.
Me.
It could be you. I kind of assume you're busy.
I for recording, I can do recording. It's the whole everything else that gets tiring.
That's true. Yeah.
Recording, I just turn up. As long as it's just a thing where I can turn up, I'm totally down for it.
But yes, hang on, and I also
I want to point out
I already have a couple of codes for Clandestine that I think you and Martin have played that in the past.
We did play that.
I've got a couple of codes for Clandestine that me and Claire are going to do at some point, which I think will be a fun video. And yeah,
can I just clarify something? The only reason this exists is because Dan can just turn up.
Yeah.
The
only reason there is a podcast is because I can just turn up and record and then fuck off again.
And do I have anything else marked down in my thing? No, not at this exact moment in time. I do not have anything marked down as a collab thing.
John, are you ever going to collaborate with Syndicate?
I was not planning to.
But you should make loads of money.
The strange thing is, like, no one ever contacts me asking for collabs.
I
ever.
wonder why.
I did.
Why, John.
for this.
Yes, you did. That's true. I don't know why to this day, but you did.
I think we've got good bants.
Bants. Bants.
In fact, and it went so well that it officially killed the Heist series forever.
Yeah.
So you know it was a good collab.
That really well-watched Heist series.
Shut your fucking face. It's the best stuff. It's
Really
I disagree.
popular series.
There's some stuff I've done better than that now. Used to be that was the best. That was the top tier. But I think I've done some good stuff.
You have. I still think the Heists are good.
I think a lot of my VR stuff, I think it's just like because recently there's a playlist on the channel of like best of Nerd³, and some of that stuff is just far beyond. I don't think there's a single heist on there anymore because there's stuff like Job Simulator, which I just fucking.
Oh yeah, no.
That was my shit. That was. It's like go in here and be a silly bugger, but in like an actual like not just it's a way and like smart way. Fuck yeah, I'll do that shit.
Like I think you did like your soundstage and your train sim videos. I think easily excellent.
Yep.
They're easily up there
good.
already.
Yeah. It's because I'm on a fucking clock. That's what it is. As soon as I'm on a clock, I'm just like, I'm going to do some more.
Just stress yourself out more.
Oh, you have no idea.
Whip.
Footish. I don't have any collabs. Actually, that's a lie. I do have something else planned with Ashens, but I'm not ready to talk about it yet. So there will be more between me and Ashens, I hope. And maybe I may even appear on the Co-optional podcasts again at some point 70 years from now.
This goes to another question somebody asked. Is the demo channel ever happening?
I don't know. I mean, like, me and Emma are just, like, really busy at the moment. And actually, like, meeting up to do that thing is just a faff, because that involves, like, travel, and travel is days. So, I'd like to say yes.
Eventually.
We could, if we visit families, we could take, like, time off at Christmas and, like, record, like, 6 months worth.
Just add, like, one video a month.
That would be a great idea. I'd say probably maybe, yeah. I just got to get a little bit more free time to get it done.
You know, right? Like, I did a podcast the other week on like responsibility on YouTube, and I got a bunch of full-time YouTubers on there. And I swear to God, like full-time YouTubers are the busiest people in the fucking world. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize this, but they really, really are.
None of us ever take time off ever.
No, it's not. Like I was trying to get like Scott Manley. Hannah from the Yogscast, Emma Blackery, Boogie, I can't remember who else I had on.
PewDiePie.
Boogie couldn't come either. But it's like trying to get a load of busy people to sit in a room together for like an hour when they're all in different time zones.
Yep.
And I want Adam Pacitti. There we go. That's what we missed.
Get you.
Adam Pacitti.
Didn't get any of them for my fucking channel, did you?
No, because you don't network.
I don't network.
How do you think I got involved with you, Dan? Networking, that's right.
Actually, I just met you at a show, and I thought you were an attractive lady.
Oh, thank you.
And then I looked at you, it's like, oh, wait, no.
I sympathise. I have no idea how to network. I don't network. I just occasionally decide I want to do a collab video and ask Claire and or Matt. That's it.
But how did you meet me, John?
We met for a charity stream.
Yeah. Networking.
I wasn't networking. I was asked to go on a charity stream by someone else.
Vague networking.
I didn't arrange that.
Vague networking.
You told me to fuck off because I was an incompetent fucking twat the very first time we ever spoke.
That is true.
That is true. There's video evidence.
And that is still true to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You laughed at my ineptitude. Live on Twitch.
And still doing that to this day.
Nothing changes. I think we should do a final question each. Get one for yourself as well, Matt, and then we'll wrap it up.
Ooh.
So I got to stick more fucking Bonjela on myself.
Dan.
Hello.
Will you ever do a rig update or a house tour?
No.
And why not, if not?
Because who gives a shit?
A lot of people, apparently.
Yeah, I know. I've got the same computer I've had for a while, and it's a computer. It's just a fast computer. Like it's just a computer. And the problem with like I don't do a house tour because then I'd hate you all. But the problem with like a rig thing is if I go, here's my computer, there'll be 90% of the people who decide to comment. We go, oh, we should have got the AXP17D instead of the AXP17C. Oh no, it's got a clock speed of hertz and megas and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Like, I put no more effort into this than I do buying a Lego set, really. That's all it is. I don't buy my computer in bits. It's not interesting. I'm not one of those people who goes, oh, yo, you have to buy it in bits. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy the computer from a place, and I'm going to be like, hey, this is the computer I want.
I realized this, like over the past, like it gets to a point when you don't want to faff anymore.
Oh God, no!
computers.
It's
you just wanted them to work and do the job you're trying
like
to do.
if I got all the bits and I paid for all the posters and packaging, and on that computer I could probably save around £500 over getting it done elsewhere. But that £500 means that A, a professional built it, and B, I get 3 years warranty on it.
Also less faff.
Where they will take it away and just fix it, or come here and fix it, which is just better. It's just better.
Less faff.
Having a professional put, like, because I could put a computer together, I did it professionally, but actually having someone, like, who just does computers of this still, like, when I was doing computers, they still had fucking rollables in the most. But having someone who builds a thing, like, this computer on the inside is immaculate and clean, and it's perfect, and I couldn't do that. I don't have the skill to get the cables to do that. I get too frustrated by it. So, there. It's nice. It's the best. This computer is the best computer in the world.
See,
although I am swapping out the two Titans for two 1080s, so... Actually, I'll probably say for the new Titan. Jesus Christ!
Wait for the TIs. The 1080 Ti is going to come out in the next few months, and they'll be ridiculous.
Yeah, that looks good.
But like I did like a video on my setup, but that's because I think my setup's kind of interesting.
Yeah, mine's not.
Like it's a normal computer. It's a powerful computer, but it's still a normal computer.
I think things like that get just too close. Like knowing exactly how I do the thing. Like if I was doing it as part of a big documentary on how to YouTube that I could then direct and write and do all that sort of thing, fine. If it's just that bit of a video, that's just too familiar for me. I like the distance, and I know a lot of people, especially recently, complain that I'm not their best friends forever and we don't hug all the time. But I like that it's a show.
Dan.
Yes.
Dan, why didn't you hug me enough? Dan, last night you turned away from me in bed, and it was just... I was just so emotionally torn.
Shut up, Reddit.
I had to go big spoon on John instead.
I've had several hugs with Matt, and I've even got a lock of his hair.
He did. Legitimately, that's not even a joke.
That's true. I think I threw it away, actually.
He did. I cut off a bit of my hair from taking a photo, and I just threw it away.
Yeah, the Jesus. Yeah, I don't. I like.
There was too much risk, otherwise I might have accidentally cloned you at some point. Oh. It was unlikely, but we had to make sure it would never happen.
I like distance. It makes me happy.
You do.
But the less I interact with people, the more I enjoy my job and the better stuff I make. That's what I've always found. A lot of people in the chat are saying that you miss vlogs. I made like 7 of those things.
I think when they say
when's the
vlogs,
next Nerd³ knee jerk?
I don't think they mean just like the actual vlog. I think they do mean like knee jerks and editing with you on camera directly.
If you did the sketch ones, hang on, let's see if I've got it. Wait, it's 1's written sketch, 2.
No, they mean sketch
3,
ones and knee
4,
jerks
5,
and stuff like
6, 7.
Trust me, Dan, they mean that.
7. Oh my god, I was right. 7 things that I actually bothered to script.
With that and like knee jerks and stuff
that's
like.
True. Yeah, but they were terrible. This replaced them, and that's so much better than having to just fucking faff with a camera. I hate with a passion having to record on a camera and then take a thing out of that camera and plug it into my computer and then copy a file.
Isn't that exactly how you record all your audio?
No.
How would you stop doing it like that?
No, I have a USB plug, so I just unplug it from one thing and plug it in there, and then it just does its thing.
Yeah, but that way, that was just taking up your time. This way, you're now just filling up my and Matt's evenings. I could have been watching Great British Bake Off.
You could have done. You could be watching that.
You could have been playing. What was it? What was it? Claire's playing.
Oh, she's playing a fantasy Great British Bake Off or whatever.
Yeah.
She actually bet. She kind of trying to figure out online who's going to win or lose or get kicked off each week. Was really proud she's winning.
Could have played that.
So
she's so proud.
I know one of the in fact, I know 2 people who work on that show. So if you want spoilers, feel free.
Ooh, gambling authority's gonna be up in your ass, man.
Why'd you gamble on a pre-recorded show? It's like gambling on wrestling. Who the fuck would do that? Anyway, yeah, you're not gonna get any new. The IRL channel is a toys channel, and since it's been a toys channel, I think like half of the content on it is now toys videos. I wonder how many, like, how long I've been actually doing the toy stuff for. So Nerd3's fat was a consistent thing for a while, but that was just me going, I've lost weight. Whee! So yeah, when did the fucking Toys channel actually start as a Toys channel? Oh, it was in March. So there have been consistent videos on that channel since March. There have never been consistent videos on that channel before at all, ever.
3 videos. Well, 3 videos a week, which is quite good.
Now it's up to 3 videos a week.
Yeah.
It may dip down to 2 if I don't
I was going to say that,
anymore.
Because Lego Tuesday still happen on Thursday or whatever.
Yeah,
Thursdays and Sundays.
And Sundays. Sundays is when I do the ones that Lego sent to me, so there's an actual like day difference. So you know what ones you're getting into.
To clarify, the problem with the ones Lego send is they won't send any more until all the ones they've already sent have been reviewed.
Yeah,
so that's why there might be gaps.
So there may be a gap in a couple of weeks when I run out of
Yeah.
those.
Anyway.
But yeah, so yeah, I like the channel as it is.
John, last question for you.
Fuck yourself,
Yes.
all of you. Fuck
Make
you
it
all.
a good
Fuck
one,
you all,
Matt.
Reddit.
Make it a good one.
Fuck you, Reddit, you piece of shit. Rebecca, get in here and scream, fuck you, Reddit.
Oh, fuck you, Reddit.
Yeah! Wow,
To clarify, Rebecca did send me a very long message about why she hates Reddit today. she doesn't say that lightly. She really means.
Fuck you, Reddit, with your piece of shit atheists and your cum guzzling whores. And
Go on, Dan. Say what you really want to say about the people criticising you. Go on. Just let it all out, Dan.
I love the seriously. I just love the disconnect of like, oh, well, that one that I really love was like, oh my god, why doesn't he spend all the time he spends making on his thumbnail on editing the complete series? I was like, because I wouldn't be able to make one edit because I make those thumbnails in like a second. Like cutting a thing out and putting it in front of the other thing is literally one tool and one shortcut. It's just it's like you push the shortcut to get the tool up, you copy the area, and then you just Control-C, Control-V. It's done.
Dan, you know what's complimentary about that though? It looks like you're putting more effort in than you are.
Oh yeah, shit. It's a thing that I've now done. I'm currently uploading that video that I've been finished editing, rendering, and now uploading throughout this podcast. That is video 1995 on the channel. I have done this for so long now. It's all just a bit fast. So, yeah.
John.
I was told I passed 1,000 videos recently. I didn't notice. Because there's so many unlisted videos, and that's the number I see.
Oh, we're very close to...
They were flipping 100 unlisted videos as part of that bloody Choose Your Own Apocalypse thing, so that completely throws off the counter.
I like that. You should watch that. People watching this on the VOD, and people here, you should watch that.
That took 3 full days to make. Never again.
Yeah, I did one of those for... I can't remember. I did a Choose Your Own Adventure thing. Christ, when was that?
Yeah, that was ages ago. The Minecraft thing that turned into all the different games.
It was back when you still hated ducks, Daniel.
Choose Your Own Let's Play. It's April 20th, 2012. But every single one is a different game. Why the fuck did I write that?
Terrible idea. Yeah. I quite enjoyed the making of video for it, though.
Oh yeah, where I go slightly insane. You just see how hard I work, and my cousin's there going, "Oh my god, he's gonna die."
The mysterious cousin.
Do you want to know something really funny? The making of video has more fucking views.
It's a good video.
100,000 than the actual Let's Play thing, which you have to go back to at the start to get like another thing.
Well, imagine the Let's Play. Imagine, it's got a lot of people on mobile aren't going to watch them.
I linked all the things in the description, if I'm right.
Well, you know what? It's still, though, isn't it? Still. Have you seen now? They've actually got new annotations with pictures in that you can actually link on mobile.
You know what? We're not even talking about the end slate. I don't like it because it's finally added templates and they've just gone, you have to do it this way, and they're just squares that appear.
Yeah, they've added some things people have really wanted and then taken some things away and been like,
you can't have them at the very top, very bottom, or the edges of the screen, so lining them up is impossible. And so if you if I do an end slate, I'd have to have it completely blank, and then because you have to upload a picture with it, so I'd have to upload a picture with the thing of like a link to the channel or the most recent video ever, and then just like an end slate-y thing, and then that would just be if I ever uploaded those to other websites, would just be blank.
Yeah.
And there'll be dead air, so I kind of see them as useful elsewhere. Yeah, I don't know. I'm entirely sure.
Some people just have a simplistic end slate and like space for them, but if the space isn't there, it doesn't really matter too much. I like the way Vox do them.
I like the way that annotations work. Just give me the ability to make templates out of them and make them work on mobile.
Make them work on mobile, yeah. Make them look
Seems like
nice
that would have been
mobile.
the easiest thing to do.
I've been suggesting that for a long time. It's weird that they didn't.
It's YouTube. It's.
I know, yeah.
Especially, Matt, as you like my Life is Strange end card so much.
Sharp intake of breath.
I'm just gonna maybe just for 1 week. I'm literally just gonna put nothing but that on all of the videos just
John,
for you.
I
Matt.
will literally stab you.
I would just have a week period when all the videos are nothing but that.
Hang on, someone has just pointed out to me that this is the most consistent time ever because I'm actually keeping up with the weekly Patreon posts and the second channel on the Dad Cube channel. Complete series, haven't had gaps in between them yet. All the plays are going up. Like, holy shit! I've finally worked out my work balance.
You have.
I mean,
Will the game come out December 9th?
Yeah.
I kind of hope we would have it done before then, but I assume.
Ooh.
Considering I've got. Well, I'm right. We're currently building a short game.
Nerd³ confirmed game coming out before December 9th.
We're currently writing a short game. We're currently 2 because I'm like that. But we're doing a short little game basically just to go through Steam Greenlight so we can get sort of activated through Steam Greenlight just to go through that process. So it's a bit of a throwaway kind of thing. And because there's a bit more throwaway, I'm documenting the entire process on Patreon. So every week we're doing updates on how everything's going.
Subscribe to the Nerd³ Patreon.
If you want to see those things, sure, you get access to that and a load of other bollocks that I've written on there. But
Also, John has a Patreon, I guess.
John's like, what? Oh shit!
It's not bad at all. It's like, I know it's not as big as yours. I think it's still one of the top 5 YouTube
John,
gaming patrons
did you get
in
a
the
plaque?
world.
Did you get a plaque, John?
Yes.
That's right.
It's over there. It's next to my YouTube plaque. They're both sitting on the floor because I haven't bothered to hang them up yet.
That's right, John.
Oh shit, yeah, I was supposed to try and find out what I'm doing my machine been playing. So I got right post-it note. Where's my fucking post-it? Have you nicked my post-it note? Oh, okay, never mind. So I've just been fucking admin in the background of this podcast. Thank you.
Wait, do you want your put ones back?
Yeah, I'll take anything, I don't mind.
I've got all your
For God's sake.
My post-its don't stick in.
Well, you have terrible post-it notes.
Sorry,
John.
I never
can you
got...
rearrange my 3 o'clock? Yeah, just put it back 1 hour. Thank you.
Hello, me, because I live alone.
Hello, the builders outside. Hello, imagination of a Trump future.
I legitimately think, there's been times where I've, been streaming in the day or whatever, and the builders have been outside, and I swear that they've just sometimes stopped and listened and just sighed.
They're probably out there right now, Matt.
Oh, exactly. That's what's making the weird creaking noise.
No.
John,
No.
people keep asking about Miniature Book.
What?
They keep asking about book.
Are you sure it's not the same person posting the same question over and over?
No, a couple of people have asked.
There's no book. Why do people think there's a book? Was that bastard at EGX pretending to be me saying he had a book?
Was he selling it?
John, if I've got a book, you can have a book.
Yeah, but your book was shit, literally. About 5% of it by volume was the word shit.
Actually, I can check that. Hang on. John, I found out the other day, right? My book is still being sold. I took it off sale on Amazon, because
You really love talking about how your book's still on sale, don't you? You're so proud of this. It's
I
utterly...
am.
You didn't
It's
even
ridiculous.
write it. It's just made by a computer program. And it's the
No.
thing in your entire life you're most proud of.
Look, like a nice friend of mine, Mr. Oscar Gongengongens. He's got a Finnish name.
Trump pronunciation of it.
He wrote me the nice code for it.
You didn't even write the code. Oh my god, you Zoella'd the shit out of this book.
I did. Actually,
You double Zoella'd it.
I want to point out, it says written by Matt, and then it says Ghostwriter jQuery. It's got the version number of jQuery. It's weird, there's an author page on Amazon for jQuery now because of that. Well, anyway, I found the other day, I stopped selling it. When you publish through Amazon, basically they just print it, and then when you say you stop selling it, they just go, okay, we won't print anymore, right? But somehow they just keep finding more. And I don't know how. Because I bought 5 of the ones that were left. And somehow more keep turning up. And I don't know whether they're just sneakily printing them and not telling me, and just so they don't have to give me any money. But Target sells them now. Where do they keep coming from?
Yeah, what you've done there is you've actually printed something that aliens are going to find and go, what the fuck?
Well, that is one of the...
You are aware that you have, contributed to culture.
Thank you.
That is your contribution to the art of the world.
I'm
I
fine
feel
with
so
that.
sorry for archaeologists of the future. Like, archaeologists of today, like, when we're trying to figure out, like, what Greek theatre was like, do you know how little we've bloody got? Mm-hmm. We've got, like, maybe 11 comedies, like, literally 11 plays that are funny, and that's it. That's the entire Hellenic culture of humour. That's all we know. If someone in the future was trying to figure out what we found funny in our culture, how much would they have to sift through?
They actually just have to Google it.
Thousands and thousands and thousands, millions of hours of shit
Hey, John.
that some people say is funny and some
John,
people say
John.
isn't.
John, it's not 5%, it's actually 10%.
10% of the book by volume
It's more like
is shit,
9.5%, but that's
literally.
close enough.
Also, that last question was shit. Come up with a better one.
Like 4,300 out of the 46,000 words are shit.
Whoever asked that, you should be ashamed.
I mean, it's literally like Dan's like fucking internet audience. Of course, they ask shit questions.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen the
Reddit?
Nerd³ subreddit?
What?
Have you ever seen the Nerd³ subreddit, John?
Yes, as so many people know. In fact, I have a little flare on it. You gave me a flare.
It's,
no, fair.
it's
Great,
on my
yeah.
block list. It's fine.
Yeah.
I
I'm
go
happy
there
in not
occasionally.
knowing.
For example, the Matophobia appreciation thread with currently 4 reports, 3 of which say "fuck off, Matt."
Oh, I didn't know that was there. Hang on, let me just go quickly report that.
Yeah.
Or downvote it in general.
Like it's been automatically removed once already.
I can't even see it. If it were there, I'd downvote it.
It's like the worst thing.
Oh no, there it is. I found it. Okay, downvote that. Lovely.
Fuck you, John.
Good final question, that was.
Okay,
Well, he said that was a shit. He isn't
downvoted.
counting that. So
Downvoted.
fucking
There we are.
John. Fuck you, John.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Johnny, John.
Yes.
I'm not John. He's John.
The guy still at EGX is probably Johnny Johnson. Go on.
John.
This better be a better question.
It's a question that was presented to me that I'm gonna ask you instead because I feel it's better suited to you.
Okay.
John, how did you get into YouTubing? Sorry, someone just said, "What do we find funny?" Emma Black resubscriber numbers. Oh God!
Oh.
No, leave Emma alone. Emma's lovely.
I got into YouTube. Well, the very first video I ever made, which I still have, and it's never been uploaded. And I've kind of vaguely said, like, maybe I'll upload it, like, if I ever have hit 1 million subscribers, I'll put it up then. I have the first video I ever made, which is Claire went away for a weekend to a convention. This was in 2013. She went away for the weekend, so I was just, like, bored at the weekend, and I'd vaguely been musing, like, it might be fun to have a YouTube channel or something. Mainly because I've been watching loads of Dan's channel at the time. It's like, that looks fun. Maybe I should do that.
Oh God, damn! Why'd you let a fucking fanboy on your fucking...
Exactly, and I just literally got a crappy little webcam and just basically started shooting footage of myself just talking, just to see like if I could figure out like how to record like audio and video, and then how to like use literally Windows Movie Maker. I literally just kind of.
that explains why you still use like the fucking 30-year-old video editor.
And I literally just kind of took some like crappy webcam footage and like of myself just kind of just trying out various like audio and visual like overlays and just like seeing just if I could figure out how a video worked. And I still have that video. I have all the original base files for it and everything. So at some point I might share that with the world, but probably not. But then like about 3 months later I actually started the channel. But yeah, that was kind of the first time I actually made a little thing. Because I've been vaguely thinking, being a YouTuber sounds fun. That sounds like a fun thing to do with my weekend. Then I made a video. Then I kept making them for 3.5 years, and now we're here.
That's why we're all here.
Me.
I feel like that YouTubers aren't. It's not like a career. It's like a support group. John, you're no fun.
I have a question for myself.
John,
Yes.
you're no fun.
Aw, I'm fun.
He wears linen shirts and he's got a fucking degree in classics. Of course, he's no fun.
Linen shirt. Ugh.
I know, right? That crease and everything.
Yeah, they're lovely.
I don't even know what linen is. I thought that was that guy that used to run Russia.
I'm not sure either, actually.
Okay, Dan, right? If you want to
that
make
was
John's
John
shirt,
Lennon,
right?
wasn't it? Yeah.
No, if you want to make John's shirt, right? Just get your bed sheet, cut it up a bit, and stick it on yourself.
Yeah, but how nice is it to be able to wander around wearing basically pajama bed sheets all day and have everyone tell you that you look
My
nice?
bed sheets are made like the same as every other YouTuber. They're just money, just stitched together.
Ooh. Much like in Fallout 4, where literally all
Yeah,
clothing and beds are
literally.
made out of money.
Literally stitched together money. Hey, we should find a question for Matt. Everybody else want Matt questions. So we
Yeah,
can
Matt
end this.
question.
Oh, well, okay. One of you choose one.
Okay, John, we got to pick a good one.
I mean, I got one about Kerbal Space Program.
That's boring. We want to find a good one.
Well, I wanted to answer it because someone said, why am I so shit at Kerbal Space Program? And the reason is because not only am I the most uneducated in the actual Nerd³ company, but I'm the most uneducated in the actual entire wider Nerd³ kind of family, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the dumb one.
I didn't even go to sixth form.
I think I'm second in that list, which is great. Oh, god damn it. Alright, let's have a... Okay, no, that's terrible. That's terrible. You're all terrible.
I went to sixth form for like 5 weeks, and that was it.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Terrible. That's terrible. That's a good question, but I don't ask you. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Is that the
Terrible.
£20 one?
Yeah, that was a great one. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yes.
It's oh my god, mate, you fucking idiot. It's terrible. It's terrible. Terrible. You're all...
I gotta find a good question here.
They're all terrible.
University's great. Why you quit then?
I love the fact that grammar in that sentence is so shitty.
Oh.
I just quit. I was like, fuck this. I can get more money elsewhere.
Everyone has a...
Oh, there's a question. John, let's ask him this one.
Okay.
If you had to be someone else's butler, Matt, who would it be?
Ooh.
Elon Musk.
You want to be Elon Musk's butler?
Mm-hmm.
You just proved you were like the dumbest person in the world or whatever you said. I wasn't listening, you're too stupid.
Yeah, the first date, hey, Matt, I've got this spaceship that needs testing.
Yeah, yeah, could you sit in this, please? You're like, yes,
sure.
sir,
By the
Mr.
way,
Musk.
why was there an opening for your butler, like, so quickly that you need to fill it immediately? I get through butlers pretty quickly.
Why, Mr. Musk, why are you running away? Mr. Musk? Why is there a big countdown echoing over this place? What comes after 4?
Oh! Money, you'd probably do something like that to me.
I would stick you in an exploding spaceship. I'd make everything explode except for the bit you were in so I can do it again and freak you the fuck out several times. But one time I'd actually kill you and you'd never know which one it was going to be.
That's really cool.
I want to desensitize you to actually being exploded. And on that note, we'll end this particularly terrible episode of the Nerd³ podcast.
That high quality gaming podcast we do.
Seriously, come on, gaming news, do something. Like, Sean Murray, could you just like release a game that's like Stab Clinton Simulator or something? And
Or
get
the
some
bare
news
minimum,
going?
Sean Murray, can you just tweet so we know you're okay?
Just tweet something!
Just
Sean
tweet something so
Murray!
we know you're fine. We're starting to get worried.
Could you call your mother? She's so worried.
There are people out there that love you, Sean Murray. Like, at least 400 people who are still playing your game on Steam.
Oh, is it that few?
It's dropped under 1,000.
Oh shit, did it? Oh my god. That's not...
Check
It's
this.
well behind Spore at this point.
I searched SteamDB and the first suggestion for SteamDB is No Man's Trying.
Wow.
Oh.
Alright, let's wrap this up. It's been nearly 3 hours.
No. Players online right now, 1,500.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's recovered a little bit. Bless them.
All-time peak was 212,000, which really does show 2 months.
That has gone down fast, yes.
Oh dear, it's quite sad, really, isn't it?
Changes.
I'm just looking at the plays in the last year graphic. It's just...
Well, most games do that. Probably not as fast. And
Not
probably
anywhere near as fast. I
probably
saw
not
it
with the
compared
intensity
to like
of
stuff like The Division. It's nowhere near.
Oh, Jesus.
it's my favourite graph in the world. It's
You know what's ironic? The spaceships in that game can't do that. They can't crash into the ground.
legitimately, this graph looks like the re-entry course for a spacecraft.
Particularly one of Elon Musk's.
Oh my god. Right, we're out, people. Thank you for whatever
Thank
the
you
fuck.
all for coming.
This was fun in a bizarre way.
Look up.
Bizarre way. Bizarre way.
Good night, everyone.
So, Matt, if you could edit that after the first 10 minutes, that'd be great. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.